All right, everyone out there in DLive land, hello and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. This is the Trilogy Show. I'm the Coin Captain.
I'm Gil P.
And I'm BK Johnson.
And we are
Trilogy.
What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for being here tonight. We, for the next 3 hours, are going to take you on a journey through 3 different topics, at least. What? Why did Gil leave? Gil's gone already. That's it. That's
I had a technical problem.
That's the show, everybody.
We have a new original. Lynn's was a new original.
That's right. Let me just finish the intro, and then I will absolutely acknowledge that. For the next 3 hours, we're going to take you on a journey through the 3 topics, one each of us, and maybe we'll throw in some other stuff. Who knows? Ooh. You really never know what to expect when you come here and watch. You never know when the show's going to start. We need Think for Yourself to come in and tell us when we get it started.
Are we here?
I don't know, but I haven't seen her. No, I don't know. Maybe she'll show up. You know. It is. Hey, last week we did our affiliate stream and had a good time with that. Now it's back to the grind. We're going to go through, but Lynn's with the sub, first person today to sub. Thank you so much. Lynn's, you're an original, and now you're a part of the trilogy. And with that, you get special benefits down in that about section. You can see what some of those are. One of which is the ability to actually influence the show. You can do that through commands. That. Yeah, she can, you can stop the clock. You can change who's on top. And what was the other one? I forgot the other one.
Stop the clock, change who's on top, and you can. I know this. Hang on, I know this. I was told there wasn't gonna be a test. It's ask a question related to the topic.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so. If we're in the middle of a topic and it's interesting to you and you're just dying to have us answer a particular aspect of it, or you want to kind of, influence what we're talking about relating to that topic, you can do that with the Ask the Question alert. Thanks again, Lynn's. Appreciate that. And who else is in here tonight? Anyone? Lady Crocheter, thanks so much for the host. Appreciate that. And Lynn's gave a host as well. So very cool. So guys, it's been a week already. I'm dying. Look here. You can see I'm in Seattle.
That's still Seattle, right?
Yes, this is Seattle here. It was 112 degrees today, Fahrenheit. For those of you that are on the Celsius, which is pretty much the whole world, except for me. Anyway, very hot.
Always gonna be special.
I'm dying. How are you guys? You're probably a lot cooler. I actually have a fan that's blowing right on me at all times here. Otherwise,
is that what you're calling it now?
It's a euphemism. Or I'd be sopping wet, which is also a euphemism. So, Gil, how's it going down there in Melbourne? You're a lot cooler, right? Aren't you like heading into winter?
Cool. What? No,
Melbourne.
Go speak to BK first. No, sorry.
Oh, okay, BK.
No, it's okay. It's all good. I was going to change my background to what was going on for us. So snow, I just needed a moment.
Yeah.
No. It's actually it's a little hankier than that. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay.
I'm like, what? Kadena. Oh, see, now it's CIA.
I have no idea what that is.
That's a CIA.
The CIA have hacked me, man. The CIA have hacked me. I'm glad that wasn't inappropriate. That's all I can say.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Gil P single-handedly takes down the Trilogy Show with his background.
Yeah. Where did that image go? I just pulled an image up. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Brim 86. How you doing, man? Good to have you in here tonight. All 3 of my dads in one place. My 3 dads.
Wow.
That was a TV show. Was My Three Sons, right? My Three Sons was it?
Grim, what are you doing, son? What are you doing? Letting the whole thing down. You gotta. Yeah, well,
you know what? Hey, I'm looking at this. This is actually the progression. So, Grim started out like BK, nice and clean shaven. Then he went to Gil and kind of got a little something. Then he went to me, got my beard. Now he's where he's at, right? So this is looking into his past. It's a beard progression, is what it is.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. Have you seen Grim's beard?
I have seen Grimm's beard.
I have beard envy. I do. I'm not
really. Well,
how long does it take
BK also
cigarettes?
have that?
I have beard envy. Yes, huge beard envy. of both of you. You both are real men.
Real men. Real
going on
men.
with this?
Real men of genius. What was that? Was that Bud Light or something?
I just play one on DLive, but normally,
Burp.
yeah, I can't.
Again, I don't know. How long does it take to get cigarettes? It depends on how old you are. If you're 10, it takes 8 years.
Depending on what country.
Who's
you're
going to
in.
get cigarettes right now?
Unless somebody got them for you. What? Oh, I don't know. I'm not getting cigarettes. I don't.
Have either of you ever smoked? Like
I
frequently,
have
not
smoked
like
a
ever?
cigar.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
never smoked a cigarette.
No, not one for me.
Oh, you never smoked a cigarette ever?
No.
No,
What? Never?
no.
Wow.
But I've smoked cigars.
I've done both. Yeah.
I've done both. Well,
I've actually smoked when I was on fire. Does that count?
You were on fire.
Yeah, one
were
time
smoking.
in my life. Yeah.
Really? That's kind of how I feel right now.
I can't believe that heat wave in Seattle, man. It's crazy.
It's insane. But the worst is over now. Tomorrow it won't crack 100. Thank God. All three of my dads went out to get cigarettes and never came back. At different times, though. We did not abandon you all at the same time.
This is the
We
weirdest
took
thing.
turns.
Is something going on over there in space? What's happening?
No, you know what? I've got an image that I want to put in my background because basically all of Australia is dealing with some crappy stuff right now. And every time I've tried to put it in my background,
Oh, it's the cicada infestation.
Is it really?
yeah, I wish. Yeah, no,
Oh.
we're actually,
It's a virus in the computer.
yeah, it's the virus. The virus is causing huge problems here in Australia. Funnily enough, Melbourne keeps getting locked down constantly. When we've had any sort of outbreak, now 70% of the country is all locked down, and Victoria and including Melbourne is actually out of it. So we actually don't have any cases. So it's kind of a crazy situation here. Pretty scary. Within 4 days, 5 states got shut down with COVID, which is really like we've never dealt with this before in this way. So I was going to put up a picture of everyone walking around with masks, but for some reason, I guess DLive didn't want us to do that.
Lately, Grim, I'm pretty sure that's the constant state.
See, Grim's like, isn't there a time when Australia isn't dealing with effed up stuff? And all I can say to that, my friend, is just,
Public shit, man.
This is bullshit.
Oh,
all
okay.
of it. It's just completely.
It
it's
is.
just completely. And of course, Grim's in New Zealand. We had a travel bubble between the two of us, and
Just
they
you and
shut
him?
that down too. Yeah,
You were
we
traveling
sending
back
stuff
and forth between each other.
the missus that was going back and forth.
Oh. This segment brought to you by Trilogy Raw Kombucha. Kombucha.
Who's going out for cigarettes, Grim?
He said we did and abandoned him. Never came back.
Oh yeah, well,
My sisters
proud.
made me smoke clove cigarettes first, which I hear is
See
very
all
bad
those
for you.
live cultures in there.
yeah, that'll do it.
Something's
gotta
got to be
keep me-
kicking in there.
I can't have a monster, but I can have this, so it'll keep me going
Oh.
for 3 hours. That's the idea, anyway.
Oh, that was a euphemism. Garen me.
Well,
It
it is
is.
that too. Yeah. Every New Zealander always goes to Australia, but not me. You've never been to Australia, have you, Grim? Have you ever been off of the island, the New Zealand island?
Have you ever been to
Nah.
Grinding Gear Game Studios?
Grim doesn't do that.
Have you done the Hobbit walk and the Elf?
Oh, dang, that was loud. That's my fault.
Is it loud?
I had my volume up high. Elfstar, thank you for the 3.
It's pretty loud.
And 3.
It is
It's
pretty
the
loud.
3-3.
Never left the country. Literally, he's never gone into a city. He's just in the hills,
Oh.
in the old hills of New Zealand. Ugh, it's a kunida.
Ugh. Thank you, Elfstar. Very generous. of you. So, BK, how about you, man? What's crack-a-lacking?
I'm just holding on for dear life until I get a vacation. Been really busy.
I think the mic. Can you put the mic just a little closer?
I'm really quiet.
Not
Actually,
really.
you know what?
quiet.
I was gonna say, BK, if you take the microphone and you just move it down out off your face, just 45 degrees from your
There,
mouth.
perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
There, that's it.
You hear
Now
my
keep
tongue?
licking.
wait, what?
I said lick
It's a
it.
mic.
Lick it.
It's a mic. All right, there we go. Okay, is that better? Is that better?
No, no, it was until you
No,
pulled it out.
Yeah.
I have to put it in my mouth
Yes, there you go. It's perfect now.
like this.
Yes. Is it touching your
Oh my
mouth?
god, no, it's not.
But it's easier to lick now, isn't it?
Yeah.
see,
Oh my
there we
god.
go.
Yeah. What did you put on this mic, Coin?
He used it to boof before he said
Oh
it.
god, no.
I left a little present there for
I
you.
was doing fine until right about now. To answer your question, no, like, yeah, I've just been tired, working too much. I think the heat is on.
The
it's like
heat
the-
is on. Oh, there we go. Karaoke. The
It's on
heat
the
is
street.
on.
The heat is on.
Is that a euphemism?
So wrong,
Oh my
dude,
god,
so
I'm
wrong.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
sorry. I didn't mean to do
I
that.
sure hope. Deeper? Okay, I'll try. That's the most insulting thing, according to it's an old Owen Benjamin skit. You know, it's like, oh, it's so insulting when the girl says deeper, deeper. He's like, you think I'm holding back? It's like, it's all I got.
That's all.
Deeper,
I
harder,
don't
way
have any
stronger.
more to
I-
give you.
It's all I got. What are
I'm
you talking?
sorry.
You think I'm holding back? Are you crazy? Anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
God, this desert.
So yeah, I'm doing well. I had a great game show last night, and so
Did
did
you?
somebody over
Congratulations.
there. Gilly P and Jason Joe, and followers were freaking popping in like crazy. I mean, like I'm 75 away from applying for VP, so 76
Well,
maybe.
you know,
Guys,
I'm
go-
always a
go-
big draw.
If you're in the chat right now and you're not following BK, just click on over there real quick, like, you know, just waltz out for a moment, hit the follow button for BK, and then come on back, and then I'll be happy. And you want to make me happy, don't you? I mean, that's kind of the way this goes, right?
Yeah, make him happy, please.
Yeah, make me happy by following.
It'll make me happy. It'll make me very happy. I'm a lovable chap.
Because Gil's a VP. I've got my
I would be
1,000.
devastated.
I'm almost
Oh,
there.
Ali
If you
Coco!
did not join me for at least one
At
glass
least one glass.
of
Oh,
fine
crap.
champagne.
I don't have my glass.
You
Where's
guys
my
know
glass?
of Hollywood? Holly Coco?
Holly Coco. I know Holly Coco. Of
Mm.
course I know Holly Coco.
Mm.
So,
Thanks for the follow.
Captain, you banning her? What? What's going on?
No, I'm not. I'm rolling out the red carpet for her. Come on in, Holly Coco. Welcome to the trilogy.
It's weird that I can lick my mic. But anyway, yeah, Gil won the best of 5. It was a close
Gil
match.
did? What?
Yeah, and also I was excited.
close match?
It was so much fun.
3-2.
Finally, 2 people who got every one of my crazy movie references every time I said something. It was a ball. And then also Gil was talking about trying to get through my book. It takes about a month of torture, and then talking to me about it on
Yes,
stream.
it
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to do that too.
Yeah, it's a book. It's called Will You Follow? Book on Pride. There it is. When Captain finished it, and he's still alive, so you can do it too.
I did. Throw us a BK link. BK, can you throw a link in there? Do you have that? Do we
Oh.
even have alerts for this?
I don't.
Oh shoot! I forgot.
That's not how you do it.
That's. Whoops.
Thanks,
well, I
man.
spent some of my. Yeah,
Force-
you're welcome.
The force is strong.
Just
in me.
BK, just type something in the chat room. People can follow you then.
Yeah,
Oh.
just click on his name.
Oh. I'm gonna type myself.
To mask.
Hi, everybody. Oh, hey, Phantom Mask.
I'm Tomas.
There's my link.
Phantom.
Please follow me. I need follows so bad. It'll make me so happy. I mean, it'll make Quinn Captain so happy.
Yes, it's all about me. Make me happy.
You are the top.
Oh, that's right.
now.
923. You got 920. Did you lose a couple? You said.
I had 24 before
25.
they started, so people must have just left. Yeah.
We got rid of a whole bunch of people on the
those
stream last night.
losers. Unfollowers are losers.
Well, look at that. You also came up with your link automated.
Yes, Holly Coco, that is correct. Grim Grizz is playing me tomorrow night. That's right. At 7 p.m. Pacific time. I'm very curious to see what happens because I'm not drinking. And apparently, when I don't drink and I play best of 5, I just knock it out of the park. So
You haven't lost a game yet. Not one game.
when I wasn't drinking.
10-0 without drink. Yeah, while sober. Grim Grid will stop you. I have complete faith.
Yeah,
in Grim
I
Grizz.
actually do. I think if there's no way I'll do a hat trick. I mean, could you imagine if I go 15-0?
When I come back from my vacation, season 2 tournament champion starts. So
I think at that point, if I listen, if I
damn
go
it.
5-0,
Because I won, does that mean I get a chance to try it again?
yeah, let me check. I'll double check.
if I go 5-0 for the 3rd time in a row, you might as well just not even have a season 2 championship. I mean, just hand me the trophy and it's over.
Doom
As long as you don't give it to Doomwave.
I know.
Doomwave and his
Doom
stupid.
Wave, I know. I still owe
telling
him
you.
his coin too. I need to make him
Yes.
his Doom coin.
Gil, you're so close, but you need one more win or another game.
I shall pass that
that's cool.
sobriety tip.
I'm not
on
gonna
him.
win.
Yeah, I don't know. I would much rather play with
close,
some
though.
rum in me.
There actually is a chance, Gil, you might be in.
No,
Could be.
really?
Could be.
a
Ugh.
losers bracket.
Takes a couple people to say no.
Unfollowers are losers.
Let's see.
Can I play Joshua Joe again?
That'd be good. Well,
Smash him second
it was
time.
close though. Maybe pick someone who you can destroy. You know, someone like Dale Bold. or
That
something.
was that really close? It was only close because I threw the last game.
Oh,
So
you did.
Has
Okay,
Dale
right.
played yet? When is his game scheduled?
He was challenged by Cat Morgana, so I think Cat
When are
Morgana
they-
and Dale Bold.
Do they have it scheduled?
No, but they're talking a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
They like
Okay.
taunting each other all the time. I think Dale Bold's gonna be easy mark.
Dale, not so bold.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got about a minute for the cool down here, or not the cool down, the warm up. That's the show, everybody. So let me see. Coming up here in just a moment, we're gonna have a question. It'll be a trivia question about me because I am on top, and that means I do the first topic tonight. Once we get somebody to answer that question, then we will open a chest. We're going to open the chest 3 times every show, once per topic. And you're going to guaranteed minimum of 33 in the chest. But if somebody answers the question correctly, then there will be more. Let's see. So why don't you go ahead and pop that? Do they get to
Question?
see it before?
It was in the
Yeah.
it was in the lead up. You want it now? Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we only got like 20 seconds left anyway.
Okay, yeah, the question at the same time as the warm up. I got you.
Yeah.
So you want me to pull a wiener when it hits or not? Oh,
Oh, well, we haven't. Did you even start it? Did anybody get it? I don't think we
Ooh,
started it.
triangles hit. No, we started it before it started.
Oh, we did. All right. So I don't know if any of you entered. If you
Yeah.
haven't, if you want a chance to answer the question and get some degrees, which is our
Oh.
chat points, then you'll be able to influence the show. You'll also potentially get some lemons. And speaking of lemons, thank you, Linz, for the 2 lemons, and Phantomask for the 2 lemons. Appreciate that. Grim,
There's Grim.
has an entry. All right, there we go. And Alpha.
Well, now we'll have to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Elf's here.
That's awesome.
There we go.
All right.
I have to drink out of the side of my mouth with this mic position, though, guys. It's not gonna be pretty.
You know, it would be awesome if you just dripped it all over your shirt. That would be like, and then did it every single time you took a sip.
I have a drinking problem.
Yes, I would suppose. What if you're thirsty? Try Trilogy Raw Kombucha.
Let's see.
All right. So the question tonight
Mm.
is, for the first question, because we're gonna have 2 more. How old was the coin captain when he got married for the first time?
Oh, I know the answer. It's way too old.
Was it A, 23, B, 26, or C, 29? Let's go ahead and pull the wiener and see see if they can get it.
Oh, that was me. Crap. Pull it now.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Why is BK still in his school uniform? Wow.
Elsa.
All right, Elfsar. Interesting. 369. Ah, yes. Look at that. Quantum Lotus, how are you? First time? All right. So, what do you think there, Elfsar? Was I 23? Was I 26? Or was I 29? The first time? Yes, I've been married twice.
Only? Thought you were harder
Only
than that.
twice. Yeah. Give me time though. Give me time. We'll see if we can,
Three ex-husbands, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Lynn's guess is 26.
Is one of the answers also your second time too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Quantum says 23. I imagine the cap was a young heart stealer, so A. All right, well, A is 23, but it is not the correct answer.
Oh.
Actually, Lynn's got it correct. It was 26. I was 26 years old
26.
when I got married for the first time, and I was 30 when I had my first kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice try, Alf. I got it wrong too, because I was gonna pick the youngest too.
How old is Cap now? I am 112. No, wait, that's the temperature here. I'm in my mid 40s. We'll leave it at that.
I can't believe I got married at a younger age than you, though. I really thought you'd be about the same age or younger than me. I got married at 24.
Well, I was a late bloomer, actually. I might have been stealing hearts, but
I'm
I
still
bloomed
blooming.
a little late. Yeah. Well, aren't we all? We're all flowers in our own way.
Oh, we have to do a chest though. Anyway, sorry we won't get the
Yes.
bonus. We don't get the bonus, but we do get a little chesty.
Giggle Pickles, how are you? Good to see you, Giggle Pickles.
Well, if it was correct, we would have been able to put an extra 30 in there, but we do have a cap now of 30, right? So, test number 1, right now, guys.
Let's go. There you go.
Let's go.
Clicky on the chesty. Get your lemony goodness.
We're almost to
Now.
mistakes. It's going to be interesting. We're about
You
to all
will
make
get your
mistakes.
lemons and you will like it.
Damn you! Do it.
You can do it.
Do it
Click
now.
Refresh it. You can do it.
See my movies.
There is no
See my
bathroom.
movies.
Get to the
There
chest.
are
The goggles
only
do
lemons
nothing.
for you.
My eyes are burning. The girls do nothing.
Elf with 9. Grim with 80.
9.
Grim 86 with 5. Not 86. Patricia Angel with 4. Quantum Lotus with 3. And Elizabeth with 3. 3's our lucky number.
You better don't eat all those lemons at this straight away.
Oh, thank
They're
you.
coming far and few between.
They're good for scurvy. Grim, thanks for 2 lemons. Quantum, thanks for 2 lemons. Grim, thanks for 3 lemons. Giggle Pickles is good. And Quantum, thank you for the lemon. Well, I think that brings us to the topic of mistakes, mistakes.
You got 3 minutes and 33 seconds. We can't say
Yes.
anything. Good luck.
Hi, everybody. I'm the coin captain, and I'm gonna talk about mistakes. Mistakes are very similar to tamales, but they're not. They're mistakes. Oh my gosh, I so wish you would drip that all over your shirt. I don't see a timer. Is it just that delayed? Maybe it's just that delay. Oh, there it is. It just popped up. All right.
Wow,
He's
that's
like,
a
"I
long
can't say
delay."
anything." Oh,
No,
you're
I mean,
talking. No, you will get smacked down. How dare
Naughty,
you? How
naughty.
dare you?
How dare you?
Yes. No. All right. No. Seriously. I want to talk about mistakes. The main question. So, I mean, we all make them, right? But
Oh,
I want to. What? What is going on here? You will be assimilated. Grim.
Grim got
What's
fed
up,
up
boys?
after
Have a
we
good stream.
were actually
Thank you for
talking
being
about
in here.
content.
He's like, yeah. Oh God, he's
You're gonna
start
talk the thing. I'm
talking.
out of here.
Yeah. Thanks, Grim. Though appreciate the donation and you know, I'll be over there to check out the beard again real soon. Phantom Ask, thanks for the lemon. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Mistakes. I am starting to actually come to the belief that there are no such things as mistakes. And I kind of wanted to know what you guys thought about that. There are some famous quotes about it. You might remember. Oh shoot! Now I'm having a brain fart. Oh my god!
He'll get there. Everyone leave him. No, it's
Bob Ross. There we go. Thank you. It came through. He said there are no mistakes, only little happy accidents.
Are you talking about family here or kids or what?
You don't know Bob Ross?
No, I just happy little accidents.
Wait, do you know Bob
children.
Ross? Do you know Bob Ross too, though?
Me?
I know of him.
Gil.
I don't know. Like, isn't he the painter guy?
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Happy accidents, children.
I'm a big believer in fate. And I admit that it's a little flawed to be a fatalist, because when you put yourself all in one camp, you're going to have some error, right? I think the truth is usually somewhere in between a few different ideas, but because I'm human and I'm finite and flawed, I do the best I can, right? So in my mind, things make sense with a fatalistic view of the world, which is that things are predetermined and things are meant to be in a certain way, and we're guided into certain experiences and events, et cetera, and they all have a purpose. I understand that's not a perfect view, but that's kind of the way I generally see the world. And because of that, I don't know if I can really think that there is such a thing as mistakes. Because although I might see it that way, it was meant to be, right? And it has a purpose. You're like, thank goodness that's over.
Now I can make fun of you.
Yes, you can. Please do. I feel better about myself when the top makes fun of me on the bottom, except that it's flipped right now. The bottom makes fun of it. Yes, sir. Yeah.
What?
Yes. Do you have a question?
What's a Nubian? No, I'm So wait, like what? No, I didn't have a mistake. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead.
There are no
Cam.
mistakes. Sir.
Intergalactic Civil War.
International television.
What is there? Yeah. So I was just.
What's a Nubian?
Is it my turn? It is my turn. I was just making a joke.
It's not. It's
okay.
not your turn.
Go top me. Top us. Go away.
Hold on a second. First of all, BK quoted from Chasing Amy, and if you're gonna throw down like that, BK, you gotta finish.
Oh.
BK doesn't always finish though.
I know.
Sometimes it takes him a while, and then you just give up because it's like, what the hell?
I can't. We're not mature tagged yet. That's a scene I will not finish right now.
Why not?
Says mistakes
Not
are
till
just
we're
choices we make that didn't work out, a probability that did not work out. Didn't work out.
No, not work out by what standard is the point, I think.
A mistake deserves a reshoot.
But did you know you miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
There you go. So you guys might, I know Gil remembers, I think you probably do as well, BK, when I spent some time on my channel going through Think and Grow Rich. It's a book by Napoleon Hill, and I never actually
finish it?
No, I didn't finish it.
Didn't.
My plan now is to go and do a pre-recorded series, and instead of reading it word for word, I'll just talk about the themes and summarize each chapter. But I'll do it as a pre-recorded content somewhere, probably Odyssey, but I haven't figured that out yet. Anyway, I digress.
That's not fun. That's actually not fun.
To pre-record it?
It was more fun, when you're reading it live. Personally, I mean, just giving you feedback here.
Well, I'm curious.
It's just us.
Why
It's
is
just the
that?
three of us.
Why is
because when I remember you going through it, you would stop and we'd have a conversation about it. Where if you pre-record it, it just you're just listening to like an audiobook. Why am I going to listen to Coin Captain as opposed to the guy who wrote it?
Someone to talk about it.
I'd much rather hear Think and Grow Rich by Norm Macdonald. No offense.
Gilbert Gottfried, actually.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried, yes.
Actually, okay, you know what?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
By Napoleon Hill. If the guy doesn't give you the money, you kill him.
That's actually good feedback, Gil. I think I'm going to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, back to my...
I have good feedback.
So, the this is going to be partially misquoted here, but in the book, he talks about how everything, what was it? Every adversity has within it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. And I kind of think that ties into this subject of mistakes, right? A mistake is really just an opportunity to grow, to learn, to do something different. And if that happens, if you do learn something from it, if you do grow from it, if it moves you in a certain direction in life, then is it a mistake? I would say maybe not. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe you were meant to be on that path. So I don't know. So I just want to open it up to you guys. Let's BK, you kind of already started. So why don't you go from where you were there?
I'm not much of a fatalist. I'm more of a Forrest Gumpiest, where it's a little bit of both. I do like the end of that movie where he's actually kind of saying, is it really like fate or like meant to be, or is it kind of like a feather floating along? And he says it's kind of a bit of a both, you know what I mean? So I actually go down that line where I don't focus on the fate aspect of it. I focus on, I think the only mistake is if you don't learn from it. So I agree with your thing where it's like there is no such thing as a mistake. It's how you like react to it is what's important. What's more important is not focusing on the mistake or the lack of control of fate, to me personally, is basically like, you know, it's like the Batman quote, you know, why do we fall, Bruce? So we can learn how to pick ourselves up again. So you made a mistake by falling or whatever it is, but the thing is if you do pick yourself up again, you've now learned how to pick yourself up from that mistake. So again, like, it's how you react. But if you give up and say that's just, you know, not meant to be, and that's the fate where I just can't do that, whatever, it's not going to happen ever, then I think you actually are making a mistake, because you're admitting that the mistake, I think the mistake is how you react to the mistake, not the actual mistake, is what I'm trying to say. So like, in some ways there are such things as mistakes, but from a certain point of view, you could argue that, is what I would say. Another thing is that, like, I don't know. I mean, there's so many phrases that kind of came to mind when you were talking about it, like no pain, no gain. Things like that, where it's like, how do muscles get stronger? You rip them and then wait to heal. So there's a lot of things
whoa. You don't rip them.
Well, that's why they call them rips. You do actually, the muscles, the fibers do get torn a bit, and then they heal to get bigger, so they can react, so they can get strong enough to take that. They're not ripped. I mean, to take that stress.
They're micro tears that, and then over time, what you're doing is you're building resilience. It's just, I'm sorry, that language. I've just known people who go in there and they actually really hurt themselves, thinking that's the case. You don't be tearing anything if you're exercising.
Well,
okay,
I mean,
cool.
I'd like to watch that, Miss Thunder.
It's depends on which muscles you rip.
Miss Thunder, I know you're a church-going lass, so you know, be careful because he's watching upstairs.
What?
I'm in danger.
Thank God I'm not a church-going. What's the opposite?
I have
of
to say, I really
lad.
like what Phantomask said, though. Apparent errors serve the balance of things, natural balance adjustment. All things strive for equilibrium, and I'm a huge believer in that, in the balance of life. You've got to have the good with the bad.
I would say, like, to me, what would be the judge of it? Because the mistake, what makes it a mistake is your judgment of it.
That's right, Miss Thunder.
Not being what you wanted, right?
Make sure you're wearing clean underwear when you go out.
Like, like what would be that, right? You know what I mean, Coin? Like, what would be that where it was like, you know, it's I think Quantum Lotus said something like that too. That was really good. It was mistakes are just choices we make that didn't work out. But what's working out? Like, it's
the using that seed as the equivalent or greater benefit.
From that, it sounds like more of a failure than a mistake, because a mistake is something like, a mistake could be, I mean, again,
mistake.
To not work out, you'd had to have a certain expectation or goal, right? Like, so it would actually be like a failure versus success and not a mistake at that point. Like, what makes it a mistake if it didn't work out, but maybe if it worked out for me but not for you? So, you know what I mean? Like, That's
Well,
why I do think I do
just-
think the later, the reaction is more important to me.
Yeah, I go back to what you said. I agree. I think how you handle something that you view as a mistake is where the actual mistake could exist.
Yeah.
The event
think.
doesn't necessarily. I mean, you could go dark with it and say like,
No, let's do it. Let's get dark.
Okay, you're driving and you hit a pedestrian.
Hmm.
You didn't intend for that to happen. You would say it was a terrible mistake, right? You weren't paying attention. You didn't intend for that.
And it's how you react
I know
to it
this
that
is
makes the
dark. This
difference,
is the
though.
dark part. The dark part is I would say that was fate. That was meant to happen.
And that's where I would disagree. That
Right,
that's-
and I figured
that's-
you would.
I would say like, why? I mean, I understand. I think it is. I think it's a little bit of both. But focusing on that makes me angry and sad, which is why I'm not going to do it. But like, because then I'm going to freaking rail against fate and want to kill everything in reality. So like, I would say I think there is fate involved, but what reacts after to that is what I want to focus on, because that gives hope for some improvement.
I would be devastated
You know what I mean? Like,
if you did not join me for at least one glass.
At least one glass.
Yeah.
of fine champagne.
Fine
thank you,
champagne.
Chutzka. Thank you. But
Follow. Thank
interestingly
you.
enough, Coin, like I use that exact example talking about the sin of rage and pride, where like the exact example of pride will make you think you know the way to be punished for those mistakes, but the rage comes from that pride of knowing, because what if again, it's a weird situation, it's pretty dark, but what if that person was a single mom under a lot of pressure, she has multiple kids, she was actually lack of sleep deprived because she's working 5 jobs with a bunch of kids, and she hits a pedestrian and kills someone that you know as a friend. You're heartbroken. You want to take it out on that mother. But what if she learns from it and becomes a better mother and a better person because she's so devastated from that? It's more important how she
I'm
reacts to it.
devastated.
How she reacts to
For
it than the
a
actual
glass of
fate.
fine
You know what I mean?
champagne.
If I look at the fate and say that, well, I'd say F you, fate. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where the rage can come in for me, where I'm like, oh, I don't want to focus on that. I actually agree with a certain point of fate, but I'd much rather focus on the mistake comes after, how you react to the tragic exit.
So that's where the free will part I would say enters in, right? The
Yeah.
event is predetermined, but how you react to it is where your free will exists.
Yes. That's what I'd agree. I'd say I lean more down that.
Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable, I would say. Gil, what do you think, man? Have you ever made a Gil? Have you ever made a big mistake?
I think I'm doing one right now. No, sorry.
Well, did
What's
you learn
DLive?
from it? Did you
No,
learn
no,
from
no.
it?
Yeah. Let me fix this mistake up right now. Hang on a second. Hang on. Here we go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
No,
Look at they
I'm
both
just-
left me. All right.
That's all good. I think it's interesting because again, this is one of those things that I'm really kind of passionate about, and that's about how you frame things up, how you see them. I think a lot of what becomes labeled as a mistake is actually the way we perceive what is going on as opposed to what is happening. I'm a big believer that everything that you receive in this world comes from one form or another from love, right? And what does that mean? I'm taking a step back to actually answer your question, which is even the things that are classified as bad, right? Even those things that you might be disappointed, even those things that you think, oh man, this is a mistake, is actually there for you to either learn from, grow, or protect you. So that's how I'm defining love in this situation. Not like passionate love, not like, hey, it's a mistake. Now I'm gonna go and shag someone. I was gonna say someone
It's
in the
not
chat
a
room.
mistake. Yeah.
They're not here. That would have been a mistake if I would say that. But going back to what's going on, mistakes, absolutely. I think that I don't see them as mistakes. I see them as lessons to learn from. And I think that's, you even said that, is it a mistake if you learn from it? I think, we have been taught, mankind have been taught to look at things through certain lenses. And, a mistake would be, I would define a mistake if it's something that I've come across before. I failed to learn that lesson and it happens again. I still wouldn't call that a mistake until I've learned that lesson, and then I fall back into that hole. So I want to be really clear on that. So it's like, hey, you know what? I learned that drinking a Monster power drink before coming in streaming, right? You know, I do that, and then I have this really, really, really bad stream, right? And like I'm swearing, I'm cussing. Some guy keeps telling everyone it's BS all the time, and then I go,
Sounds
wow,
like
that
my
was
streams.
yeah. no, that's pieces of right. Pieces no, but but you know, the second time I'd be like, hey, you know what? That really doesn't work for me. But if I went and did it a third time, and I knew this isn't going to work for me, but I still like hadn't learned the lesson. I still had a compulsion as such to do it, knowing full well that this is not going to serve my purpose. Now, I'm not talking about addiction here, but I'm saying a free will choice, right? And I fall back into the same hole, right? Meaning I go and I drink it again and I have a really shit experience. That is what I define as a mistake. Now, BK, you were talking about someone who has an accident, like, you know, they're driving a car and they hit someone, and like, is that a mistake? I think we use the language, you know, the word mistake just too liberally.
Yeah.
It's a horrible event. No intention needed. There were maybe decisions that led to that could have been caught before, but without that actual experience there, can you call it a conscious mistake? And that's really how I interpreted the question. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Kind of understand that example of that, because to me, it's not even like it's almost like not agreeing with reality is what you're defining to me, because we're not
define. Okay.
When you're saying
what do you mean by reality?
When you're saying that they're not learning from that, they're just saying, again, like your example was, by the third time you should know that's going to happen again, right? So you should learn from that.
I wanted to give it a why I put the third time in there, because, you know, some people learn fast, some people don't. Some people take 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I think when you
like
consciously
marriage.
when you consciously, you're so dangerous. I don't know why you give that power, Captain. Seriously. No, I just like I don't know. Maybe I just, you know, it's like cool. It's a joke and all the rest of it. I was just like, yeah. It actually scares me when you joke about it.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. Maybe this is just an area where I'm a little sensitive for it, and I know you
scares you for me or scares you for yourself. You know?
No, it scares me for me. It
for
scares
you.
me.
For you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get scared. I actually get scared about that possibility.
For yourself.
That
Not
marriage
No.
wouldn't work out. You mean?
No, not for myself.
For somebody
but
else.
For those those that I care about and
Yeah,
that I'm
exactly.
around and all the rest
Yeah.
of it. It's
I
in
feel
a
that
way.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Do you understand what
hold
I
on
mean?
now. Let's back up,
Yeah,
because
okay.
I'm not catching what you're saying.
Maybe
here,
this
and
is
I
a
wanna
mistake that
understand.
we
He
learn
switched
from.
topics though. He switched topics though.
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
Sorry.
let's get back to both, or we will get back to the, but
Sure.
clarify this now. So what
Yep.
exactly is it that it scares you?
I don't want my friends
Yes.
or anyone that I'm involved with and care about to go through pain. That's just me.
Okay.
So
but what if that pain makes them grow? What if if experiencing that pain makes them a better person?
I mean, that's nothing to do with me. I'm just saying that hearing a potential experience, and I know you're just joking around, it's a way of disarming it, but it actually, I don't know why, it's something that I take kind of seriously, and I've just
Fair enough.
been
yeah.
around.
It is a serious subject. But...
No, I understand that too, and
Yeah.
it's more actually a reflection of our friendship and how, I guess, and this is totally on me, the way I relate to you is like, I don't really want you to go through something that negative. And I guess because of my own experiences, and probably because of the fact, and we've talked about it before, so I have no problem bringing it up. It's something that I actually haven't experienced, and it's something that I've gotten very, very close to, and then fell apart right before that moment. So maybe my lens that I'm looking through.
I actually
is a
don't think so.
little
I'd
different.
actually disagree. May I say something, Coin, or did you need
Sure.
to respond?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Like, I understand exactly where Gil's coming from, because I actually have the same feeling a bit. And usually for me it comes from when you're honoring the evil or like the things that do pain. Like, again, it's the same thing with fate actually for me. or I don't like focusing on that. And it's saying it gives too much credit to the pain. The credit goes to how you react to it if you become stronger, because many times divorces or car accidents or whatever we're talking about, mistakes, it sometimes it cripples you for life, and sometimes it doesn't make you stronger. So when you try to put it in the focus of, well, I need that pain, or what if it makes me better, it's like, to me, the concern again with friends and anyone actually, but since I'm close friends with you both, the one that bothers me the most usually is something like that. I'm not sure if it was similar. It might be different completely for you, Gil, but that's the way I take it, because I understand those feelings you're talking about. To me, the feelings come from honoring the negative to be a part of the positive when I don't think it is. I think it's something else that gets part of the positive. That's how I would feel about it.
You know what?
About it that way.
I can. I think, you know what? I didn't want to go that deep into it, but I agree with that. And you know what? I will be the first one to say that I struggle with not discussing the negative. Like, for me, I understand where you come from, because I have this great belief that if you talk about it, then it's not hiding the shadows to come back at you. But the problem is, there's a very fine line between talking about it to disempower it, and then actually, without the intention, actually kind of summoning it up and actually giving a lot more power to it.
Like American racism.
22 and a half years, baby.
The more you cover it on the media, I'm telling you, the way it is. The more you talk about it, the more it gives it power, actually. Kind of does.
Well, I'm going to chew on this for a while. That actually gives me, I hadn't even, yeah, we do joke about it a lot, and I hadn't really thought that deeply about it until you guys kind of unpacked it, and so I'm going to chew on that. But why don't we go back to Gil's original point, though, and then
I do want to just add to that. It doesn't mean there isn't a time to talk about it.
Oh yeah,
it's not like, okay, I've decided I'm not going to.
And joke about it.
Bring it up.
That's why I do it. I joke about it all the time.
Okay.
No, but you're right. We need, as someone who jokes about it himself, I do appreciate that, Gil, because I personally need someone to tell me when I go too far, or when it's starting to make my friends and people I care about feel that way. Because it's like, I think, it's not. I'm not infallible. No one is, and there's, so if you're getting those pings, a friend will tell us. You know what I mean? Friends will tell you when you're getting those feelings, so I appreciate that. I mean,
is that time up now? Can we move on?
This is a big mistake.
Okay, we'll get off the marriage part at least. But you were making a point that BK wanted to follow up with. Do you need him to restate it, BK? Or
yeah, you know what? Yeah, get my head back in the right space.
Restate it. Are you saying restate it, Coin? Or
do you need him to, or do you want to respond to what he was saying before?
Oh, you want me to respond to Gil?
Gil had made a point that you wanted to respond to, but then we got off on the tangent about marriage and joking about marriage.
I forgot. So
isn't it? So where's Mafugul News? Isn't this the Mafugul News channel? What's going on?
We still got 12 minutes of this, guys. We can make it. Make it.
No. Okay. Well. I've kind of lost the original point too now. So
this is awesome.
I think what I was saying was it's a reframe. Like, it's language is I think that we use the word mistake to label a lot of things, and it's only like a mistake in my book. Like, a true mistake is when you've learned a lesson, like you understand the lesson, you understand what's at stake, and you still choose. Then it's a mistake.
Now I remember, because I wasn't. Wait. So that's where I was going on, because now it reminded me once you said that, Gil, what I was trying to say. Thanks. I was curious about the aspect of, I think that determines on learning the lesson for yourself, and I'm concerned when you don't, like some people, like you said it can take 4 or 5 times or more, right? That's what started at that, actually. And so you would determine a mistake if you stop. That's why I said, to me it sounds like you're denying reality. You're ignoring the 4 or 5 times, or however long it takes that individual, right? Where they're ignoring the results. That's that's the way I was hearing it, Gil, and I wanted to give you that reframe and see if that makes sense to you from the way I understand it, because I'm still having a hard time grasping what a mistake is by your example. Does that make sense, Gil?
Yeah. I mean, I think that if you go down, like if you're walking down the street and you get hit by a bike because you weren't looking the wrong way or whatever else, that's not a mistake. That's life. Yeah. Stuff happens, right? There was no intention to get hit by a bike. You didn't want, you weren't. Your idea was not to go out on the street and actually cause an accident, right? So in that case, like that's, for me, I don't define that as an accident. That's a circumstance.
Yeah.
And I think by calling it a mistake, it's like you had something in your power that you could make a conscious choice to change what was going to happen. Now, you're right. You can kind of look both ways and all the rest of it, but you didn't. And it's the event that what happened. A mistake is when you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go see that girl, because I'm a guy, I'm going to say girl. And I know she's bad for me. I know that stuff's going to happen. And I know, hey, you know what? Nothing good's going to come out of it. And I'm still going to go and do it. That is a mistake. Because I am conscious of what's going on and I choose to go against. I'm concerned
with that though, because how could we ever know anything like other than what we think and feel? I do not believe that we can ever know anything for certain, especially when you involve another person. Now the bus one makes more sense to me because again, if you look both ways, that's something that's different than a person. You can never know what a person is going to do or say. And you can never know exactly how the bus is gonna hit that day or whatever. But like,
all right,
even if you let's say if you looked both ways and you still get hit, there's nothing. That's not a mistake for sure because you actually did. You can't say, oh, look again. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Sorry. You simplify.
Two things I want to clarify. One is the definition of the word mistake and how we use it. So, I'm very clear that I'm redefining that. And second of all, let's make it easier. I walk into a room. And I see 10 kilos of silver sitting on the table, and no one's around.
I know where you're at.
Right?
I don't know. Never mind. Keep going.
Right? And I go, hey, there's 10 kilos of silver. What would Coin Captain do? No, that's like that. No, I'm like,
one
no one's
for
around.
Me, one
Let
for
me
you. One for me, one for you.
Let's go, and no one's
Okay.
here. I'll take it. No one knows, right?
Okay.
I know that taking it that belongs to someone. Right? I know. And it's not by laws or anything else. For me, Gilly P sitting here right now, I know that if I took it, it would be the wrong thing to do. And I'm only talking from my personal definition because everyone defines it differently. I'd hope that everyone thinks that taking that would be, the wrong thing to do. But some people can.
So Gil's definition of it. Britain,
thank you
for the ice cream. Welcome. And the 2 lemons. Appreciate that. Thanks, Britton. So Gil's definition of mistake necessitates intention.
Well, it's also uniquely individual and based on moral principles, right?
Because, it's interesting to me that his requires intention because my definition of mistake, although technically I don't believe in mistakes, at least that's what I'm asserting here. But if I did, my definition would actually require it to be unintentional.
If it's unintentional, then how are you responsible? And again, I think this is where the word mistake has been kind of misconstrued over time. I'm in a car and I hit someone, and someone goes, "You made a mistake. You turned at the wrong time," right? And I'm like, "Okay, I got that, but it wasn't my intention to hit someone. I didn't know that was going to happen. And if I knew it was going to happen, I would have made a different choice, right?" But by stating it a mistake, it's giving the person that you're saying who made the mistake the power to actually have corrected it if they knew ahead of time what was going on. And that's where I get a little fuzzy with it. That's where I think if we define it like that, you make mistakes every single day that you have no control over. But the idea of framing it up as a negative in that way is very blaming. Like, you should have known better. You made a mistake. And it's like, give yourself a break. Give the whole world a break. Like, it's
By the way, I love this topic. Oh, keep going. Sorry. Yeah. You guys are doing great. Good job.
It's not about responsibility. It's about, it's this is, and coming back to what I was saying before, it's a mistake the way I define it. I'm not talking about anyone else.
Yep.
If I'm like, hey, you know what? There's that silver there, and I'm gonna go take it, and I know it's the wrong thing. I've made a huge mistake because I have not learned what's best for me, because at 14 hours later, I'm going to be like, shit, did someone see me? Am I going to get arrested?
That's why it's key.
I don't want to
That's
do
why
that.
it's key when you say it's for you in your situation, because obviously the
100%.
devil's in the details, where someone's like, they really need money to save some lives, and they're going to take that silver because I have no idea what's going on, but I really need that right now. They would justify it with little details of their life, which might be completely valid for that person, right? Like, again, when you go down to the nitty gritty and details, you can do that. But you make sense what you're saying. It's a complete personal thing, where like, I know that's going to be wrong in my situation.
Miss Thunder's saying, okay, so I'm out of town, I'm really drunk, and I kiss someone who's not my partner. I think it's a mistake because you weren't in the right. Now, some people go, no, that's fine. I mean, it's all definable. So, there's some people who think I'm out of town, anything goes.
Maybe not in the right frame of mind. Maybe you were out of your mind. Maybe you didn't have any control. So then that's would be the devil's advocate point of the other side. Yeah.
How many mistakes? There's a joke. What's in the Superbad? The guys are trying to get the girls drunk. We could, when they go, oh, I have made such a mistake with kissing that guy. We could be that mistake.
We could be that mistake. Yeah, I remember that. They did say that. Yeah. Remember that time where you always see those girls saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe I had sex with that guy. I made such a mistake. We could be that mistake." Yeah, exactly. That is in that movie. I remember that one.
It's a mistake the way you actually perceive the event afterwards. It's how you define it.
Yeah.
And we jumped way too close to say it's a mistake.
So would you say yours depends
the results wasn't what I wanted?
Yeah, and I would argue that we judge ourselves way too harshly in judgment. We need to love ourselves 100%. And accept ourselves more. Accept our mistakes 100%. Because they're not really mistakes. It's your own mind, right? That's interesting. I like that.
This actually is turning out to be much more deep and controversial of a topic than I expected.
It's a mistake to go deep.
I knew that
only if she asked for it.
I knew that my perspective of...
Harder, sorry, wait, sorry?
What? I knew that my perspective of there's no such thing as a mistake would not be agreeable to most people. And I was prepared for that. But yeah, there's a lot of different avenues to go with this. And I mean, heck, we could fill an entire show just talking about this.
I'm going to cancel my topic. We're going to extend this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna spend degrees and extend the time. You guys can do that.
We could.
Subs.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. I'm not a sub. Dang it.
Oh, right. I can.
You can. One rule:
Thanks to
you can't extend
Ghosty.
your own topic.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say that in there. There's no fine print.
No, it's between us. It's between us.
Oh, well, I didn't agree.
Damn.
We have to agree on it all. Miss Thunder, but if you have time to think about the mistake you're about to do, and you're not supposed to make the mistake, and then it's not a mistake. She's more along the lines of me. My definition of mistake is more accident, right? Like,
I argue a lot with basing good on knowing, because knowing to me is one of the biggest false gods in the world. Like, if you if knowing determined good or wrong, right or wrong, or good or evil, that is not true in my opinion. Every time I've ran that simulation in my brain in all aspects, knowing cannot possibly determine right or wrong or good or evil. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's the knowing. If we focus on the knowing better, it leads to a lot of crap to me. It might be my sensitivity to knowing being pride's first weapon and all that crap that I talk about, but knowing is a double-edged sword. I'm not saying knowing is bad, but I'm saying if you use knowing to determine good or evil, you're in big trouble, because I think knowing is one of is basically the first false god of determining morality in existence. So that's why whenever people start saying, when you do this and you should know better, or you should know that, I get very concerned. Again, because that's why I liked where, Gil, you were saying it's more of an individual knowing for yourself. Like, I know 100%. For me this is wrong.
Right.
Okay,
right,
that's cool,
right.
But you can't know everything about anybody. Like I said, I can immediately go to any detail and say, there's a lady, she needs a certain amount of silver to save her family from terrorists, and she walks in that room with the silver. She's going to take that silver, because it's like, well, serendipity, baby. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm going to take this and save my family, because they're about to die if I don't get the silver. So again, like, for them, they know that. So if you ever depend on knowing, she can steal because of what she knows about herself, and that's why it gets very
Yeah, when you
dicey.
attach the morality to mistakes, it a lot of it is influenced by culture, by religion. I mean, there's so many different aspects. I almost, yeah, to man, I kind of want to unpack this more too, and we're almost out of time. But I guess I could stop the clock,
How dare you.
but I'm not going to.
You can't. You got
No,
degrees.
it's fine. No, it's all good.
I am enjoying
yeah,
it. This is a great topic.
It is a neat topic. And the other, I was just thinking about Miss Thunder's example about like you get drunk, you kiss somebody that you shouldn't. Well, what if that person that you kiss when you're drunk ends up becoming your partner, your spouse? Maybe you were meant to quote unquote make that mistake so that you would meet that person, and maybe the person you're with is not the person you're supposed to be with, or whatever.
I'm sorry, your time's up, Coin Kevin.
I'm done.
No, I'm kidding.
Um,
Do whatever you want, Coin.
I think so.
If it's meant to be, it'll be. Either way.
Yeah,
If it's
right.
really
Well,
meant
that's
to be,
my
it'll
point.
be.
So then,
Yep.
is it a mistake? That's exactly what I'm saying. If that was meant to be,
So my
then it's
question
not a
is,
mistake that you kissed that person.
but is that the only way if it's meant to be, then there'll be other opportunities for that to happen in a way that you wouldn't see it as a mistake.
It's the best topic
Maybe.
ever. And it
Maybe,
depends on
maybe
how you
not.
react
I mean-
to the that's how again we're each talking about how we perceive mistakes, which is beautiful. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. This is an interesting.
It's
one.
like
I'm kinda
fate.
yeah.
Me is like how you react to the mistake, and then Gil's right with the mistakes. Like we're using that word and not we're kind of attaching it to too many things. It's just like, is that really a mistake? And the funny thing is, we're all answering like we're all on page of like, is that really a mistake? It's, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
The question was, do you believe in mistakes, right? Was
Yeah.
that the actual definition? Do you believe in mistakes?
I do not.
Right. I don't either.
I don't really either. Yeah. I mean, like, again, I told you the only way I could believe in it is how you react to quote unquote what you think is a mistake. So yeah.
I think I honestly, what I think we've taken out of this discussion, or at least now that we've bantered around about it for a little over a half hour, I think what I've determined is whether or not mistakes exist and how you view them is totally individual. There is no objective truth about mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
that's what I've come away with from this discussion. Yeah. But for me, mistakes equate to fate, and therefore I don't have a negative value judgment against them. Right? Because I mean, that's kind of like, for me, the natural inclination is, a mistake is a bad thing. But if you say, well, whatever you deem a mistake was meant to be, then it removes that value judgment about it. It just is what it was supposed to be.
Cool.
And
I
to
like
me,
it.
I like that. To me, that what I was thinking is that the judgment is always the problem, because it's like a mistake is something to be mourned over, but not to judge yourself or others over.
Right.
'Cause
And
if
just
it
because
is-
you see it as a mistake, someone else might not. I mean, someone else might
When
say,
we start,
no, that was what you should have done, or
when we start determining judgment, I think is where it gets really dicey, even within ourselves, not just on someone else. Like, again, it's like that's where the mistake comes from, where you're saying, I made such a big mistake. You're judging yourself very harshly, where it's like,
right.
if you focus on learning from it
But-
and moving
Yes,
on,
exactly.
it'll actually.
That's the think and grow rich part, where
Yeah.
you focus on the opportunity.
Yeah.
Because whatever you deem a mistake is an opportunity, and it has within it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. And if you can learn that secret and use it, you'll never make a mistake in your life. I don't know. Anyway, all right, that's it. I'm done.
Is boofing a mistake?
I don't. Well,
Diabetes is a mistake.
I got the diabetes.
Well, I guess we gotta go diabetes break. It is my turn on top. You know what it's like.
So it looks like we're at the question part.
Question. Well, yeah. Well, that's yeah. You want me to pop it up first? Okay.
Pop it up. Pop it up.
Are you
man.
are you sure? I haven't prepared for that. Okay, I can do it. It's a little OBS issue, but hang on. I only have like for
Miss
USA I
Thunder.
have.
Or just don't be a dick.
Yeah, there's the question. Oh, I have a shirt. I should change my shirt to "Don't be a dick." I'll do that on the
Don't
break.
be a dick.
Shout
I
out Harry
think
Madison. He sent me that shirt.
don't we have the? There was a. Hold on. I think there's a. Oh.
So I have my
no, that's
question up
different.
now, but are we supposed to need a diabetes break or okay? Keep topping,
Mhm.
Gil. I'll keep
I
talking.
mean,
Coin. Go
kind of
for it.
ish, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Not a
I'll pre-
long
I'll-
one though.
I'll prepare.
Just a
Oh,
short one.
okay. You ready? You ready to go on break?
Yeah, but I mean, I can wait a few minutes if you want to say something else.
Oh no. I mean, my question's up. Usually I don't put the question up. You said you wanted it before we go to break, so I was like,
Oh, I just think it's
Okay, cool.
right. Okay then.
it's more work for me.
Is it? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Okay.
mean that.
You want to go to the break? You want to go to the BRB stream? Yeah. We
The
can do that.
BRB
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah. Let's go to the BRB stream.
All right, everybody, we'll be back, and I won't be on top anymore.
See you soon, guys.
We gonna let like a sun shining the night away. We burn the past in the fire, I know it will be okay. We gonna light like a sun, moving as one, shining the night away. We stand in the silence and worries just fade away. And this fire that burns inside, a million voices with just one line, and they will see us shine. A million hearts from 1,000 miles. We're running along to the streets, the rising in tides. We gonna build a city, mountain we cause the cold for crumbling empire. We gonna build a city lights. We gonna take back the summer and spend this long night awake. Let it beat of a drummer, our heartbeats will start us way. We're gonna light like a sun, moving as one, shining the night away. And we stand in the silence and worries just fade away. And this fire that burns inside, a million voices in the same line, and they will see us shine. A million hearts from 1,000 miles. And running around to the streets, and rising in tides. We gonna build a city, mountain we call us the cold of a crumbling empire. We gonna build a city. We gonna build a city lights. We gonna build a city. We gonna build a city lights. The city lights, the city, the city lights, the city. don't give up on me now, don't worry. I just want to be close to you. I'll take you anywhere, even if you break my heart today. Should you become my own, I'll take you anywhere. No harm, no foul can sway. It's time I let you know.
We're back. Why, hello there.
Oh, well, hello there. I'm on the bottom now.
It is time.
Look, Captain, I was so cold I had to get a jacket.
Oh, shots fired. When does that air conditioning get there, Coin Captain?
Tomorrow, actually. I ordered. It was one day after I need it. I ordered it like a week and a half ago, and of course, it's going to come the day after the worst of it. But
Supply and demand, baby.
I'll still
Supply and
be
demand.
very happy to receive it for sure.
Well, welcome back, everyone. I did see a lot of people entered. You really know my sports star, don't you? But we'll give you. I really enjoyed Coin's topping there. I think it was top notch. I think the heat went to his brain, and when Coin is on autopilot, it just works out really well.
The
Like,
heat is on.
you guys don't get to see our boofing sessions, but when he's boofing, he's just like that. It's amazing. He just locks in when his brain is. This is your brain on boof.
Brain on boot.
He, and something else locks in when he boosts as well, but that's another, we can't talk about that.
Well,
Locks up.
we can talk about it on my only.
The man just locks up. What can you say?
Well, a lot of entries. Another one, it's only Big Corrupt. Hello. So yeah, every time we have a question about each of the Trilogy members, and what it is if you do get it right, we're gonna pull the giveaway soon, so you have a chance to answer. And if you're correct, how dare you? If you're correct, you get a bonus 30 lemons in the chest. We also have a minimum of 30 lemons in the chest, so basically we can double it if you get it right. You also get 180 degrees, which is a full triangle of degrees, which is the points here on the Trilogy Show. Another little nice thing is if you're a sub and you get it right, you win triple degrees. So that's another little perk of the subs. Plus, subs have sub-only commands down there where you can spin the triangle. You can give extra time to a topic, or even ask a question about the topic that we're talking about and try to answer them for you. So that's what the original Trilogy subs get to do. So let's see. I think there was some originals who entered, especially now that CoinCam entered.
Yeah, I only did it because Gil did it. I was following the crowd.
You can call it the Lemming Show after this, you sons of...
The Lemming Show.
The heck is this? It's okay. I'm on top. It's my responsibility to keep these two bottoms in line, and I failed miserably. I apologize to all you viewers out there. I should break out my whips and chains and make sure they don't...
Yes.
I didn't even turn on... I didn't change my shirt. I was so hungry. I was eating it. I was going to change my shirt to Don't Be a Dick, but I'll do that. I'll do that when Gil's on top. Don't be a dick, Gil.
Oh man.
Oh, well.
You can talk now. It's still question time. All right, guys. We're going to pull a wiener. Let's do it right now. Oh, let's go. Good luck to everyone except for the two bottoms. First, 3, 3, 3, 4. You have a chance to win a bonus 30 lemons into the chest before we pop it open. You
And a
also
full triangle.
have a full triangle of points. That's like...
So wait, if Furs was a sub, they would get, what is it, 3 times the amount?
3 times, yeah. If you're a sub,
three
you
triangles?
get 3 triangles. Yeah, you triple it
Wow.
up. Like a trilogy
That's a lot.
almost.
Okay.
And
It's
like-
awesome, actually.
Ooh,
That's
you're
well
ta-
worth it.
Yeah. Triple. Ding, ding, ding. Now, okay, who is my favorite sports star? Is it A, Russell Wilson, B, Michael Jordan, or C, Ichiro Suzuki? First, 3, 3, 3, 4.
I know,
It's
I
either
know.
A, B, or C. You got a 1 in 3 chance. You can't lose. Well, you could, but... Well, you can't lose, but you could not win. It is a free shot at winning. What are you thinking, Furs? It is a tough one. I think in the test show, we actually usually don't test show, but we like to learn about each other in our frantic trilogy boofing sessions, and we usually take shots at the questions. So I think Coin and Gil do know the answer now. Yeah.
Hi, Lady Crochet.
Uh-oh. Furs. Furs.
Furs isn't here anymore.
Furs. Paging Dr. Furs. Paging Dr. Furs. 33334.
Furs. Paging Furs.
Furs.
Hey, Furs.
He's
Hey, Furs.
You scurred or you?
Hey,
you
boo boo.
Uh-oh.
This is
Where's it come from all the time?
weirdness.
All right. Let's see if we can. I guess I'll give. What should I do? I'm the top. I have to make this decision. Oh, this is so hard. I'll count to 10. In my mind.
Furs was abducted by aliens.
Hmm.
Who did that? That was me.
Hang on. I think I need to adjust these.
Oh,
volumes a
look
bit.
at Captain's got his stuff going.
All right. I'm gonna have to do it again, guys. You have to do it again. I counted to 10 in my brain.
I would be devastated.
All right, guys.
You do not join me for at least one
It's
glass.
fake. It's
Fine
fake.
champagne.
It's fake. All right, I gotta adjust this. It's kind of loud. Let me turn this down a bit. Okay. Got a new headset. Coin Captain gave it to me, and I gotta adjust. But anyway, guys,
They entered.
make sure
by
you
mistake.
make sure if you enter, you're gonna stay around for the poll because it's not that long. So here we're gonna do it again, but do not enter unless you can actually be here for the next minute and answer the question.
wrong, bitch.
No, wrong show.
All right. I believe
End
you
it now.
guys.
Give it to Elsa.
I believe you guys.
Is it a mistake? Did they enter by mistake?
I think they did.
Well,
Now watch Furs enter again.
I hope Furs enters again. This is like a bannable offense. Don't watch out. I'm on top, Furs. You better watch yourself. I've got the ban sentence in 5 systems. 5 channels. All right, I'll count to 10 again. It's exciting. This is some exciting stuff. All right. You got some internet issues? Oh, thanks, Filth Pig. See, look at Filth Pig, stepping up like a boss. He's not gonna do it.
Like
He could
a boss.
He could troll me again, but he didn't. He didn't. Thank you, Filth Pig. All good. All right, let's pull the Wiener, ladies and gentlemen.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Good luck to all you losers and winners out there. It's Hollywood, of course. Holly Coco. What do you think? Is it A, Russell
Holly
Wilson,
Coco, you
B,
are the wiener.
Michael Jordan, or C, Ichiro Suzuki? What you thinking, Holly Coco?
Holly, I know the answer.
B, Michael Jordan.
Holly, it's.
I'm sorry. I do like the trick. The trick is I like all of these stars: Russell Wilson, Michael Jordan, and Ichiro Suzuki. I do love them all. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Ichiro Suzuki, because Ichiro Suzuki don't listen to the American haters who hate the way
I don't even know who that is.
He's
That doesn't bother me.
he was he also helped get me married because my wife's family loves
Oh, it's all
Ichiro
rigged.
Suzuki.
It's all rigged like last night.
So yeah, it's all rigged. It's nepotism at its finest. Ichiro helped get me my wife. He also, I do respect his style. He basically is he was an outfielder for the Seattle Mariners baseball team
Seattle, whoop!
Yeah, and so when I met my wife, it was always easy to get in good with the in-laws, and also Ichiro, I respect how he just he was my wingman. He got me in this mess. And
Wanna waste my time? Okay.
this mess of 14 years, but it's okay. You always have a 1 in 3 chance in these, and they're tough. But I do like all those. He also played for New York. He did, and Miami. But wherever he does it his way, and he doesn't kowtow to the haters, which is what I would love about him. They always wanted him to speak English, but he always wanted to say things like appropriately because he didn't want to say things that are not good. And he was comfortable in his first language, which is Japanese. A lot of Seattle fans would be like, he could speak English well, he can speak decent enough to communicate, but they always hated him for not doing that. They always hated him for not diving for balls, even though his defensive metrics were fine, but he doesn't dive that much because he's trying to stay healthy, is what he always would say. But he, they hated the way he did things, and he stayed true to himself and made a Hall of Fame career out of it. So I always love Ichiro for that, and getting me my wife. So yeah, that's my little homage, and it leads in perfectly.
I gotta ask, how did you get your wife?
I made a terrible mistake. How do you get my wife?
Thank
did
you
you
for
get
the
your
diamond,
wife?
Holly.
My in-laws, my wife and her family love Ichiro. So whenever I needed to ask for forgiveness for taking away their daughter from the family, I just give them some Ichiro stuff and say, "No, I know Ichiro. Ichiro's cool. Yay! Let me be with your daughter, please." And they're like, "Oh, you like Ichiro? Okay, cool. Yeah." So
Let me do this to your daughter because I know Ichiro.
because
Wow.
I know Ichiro. You didn't make a mistake, Holly Coco. There are no mistakes. There are no accidents. That's
Wow.
Yeah, just like
Wow.
Master Oogway. All right, but you still get. Oh wait, I put in 10 lemons when I was. Did I put in 10 lemons? No, not yet. What did I? Oh, we need 20. 30 is the minimum, and so you could double it with the gig ain't right. But don't worry. See, it's not a mistake. You're still gonna get 30 lemons minimum because that's what we do in threes. I'm clicking it now, guys. 30 seconds. Good luck to all you originals and non-originals. You don't have to be original. Just click. 30 seconds.
I'm an original.
Thank you
Can
for
I
the
click?
diamond. How dare you?
How dare you?
Grizzly Ghosty
How
just
dare
loves you,
you.
man.
I will not click.
Why
You
didn't-
got it. Well, I love Grizzly Ghosty.
Why didn't I get it,
The
though?
bro love fest.
I know. I like Grizzly Ghosty. Until he gave
Can't have
you...
him. I had him first.
Oh,
He's
That's
mine.
true. Did you click? You click. It's okay. It's okay. You're unoriginal. Patricia Angel is 8. Elfstar with 5.
Give him
Gil
back.
with Gilly P with 4. Giving it right back. It's only a bit corrupt. It's the Gilly P corruption.
It was a
And
mistake.
first 3. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. How many times are we at? First 3, 3, 3, 4 with 3. Thank you all. Wait,
Okay.
Furs is here? Wait a second. He didn't enter in again, but ghosting the question. I bet Furs would have picked C. I don't know. Could have gave 30 to everybody. Anyway, so all right, it's my turn now. My turn at the top, guys. Let's get 3 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. It's all about teams. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. And I thought of this topic because, again, my question is kind of on that. I think one thing I've been looking at is I've heard it from multiple people. I think even from my own Trilogy brothers here, that it's important to kind of surround yourself with positive people, supportive people. I think that's a big part of keeping you sane, grounded, uplifting. Again, the supportive and positive. It doesn't have to be always positive, but again, that's why I think
Terrible.
friends are very important to tell you when you're doing crazy things like these two lovely individuals always do. Although I'm supposed to get these 2 minutes and 50 seconds by myself. Wait, did I do something wrong, Gil? What happened?
I know why Quinn Kevin keeps doing sound drops. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do anything. I'm sitting here being a very good bottom.
You boofing bastards. Anyway.
I did nothing.
So yeah, I was thinking about that, and recently I started putting people in my life that inspired me to be better, and I was actually it was actually a thought brought up to me by the own very burner girl, Abby, where your team doesn't have to be just people who you actually have met. Your team, that's a very important team to have, right? But like my Trilogy people here, I need Coin Captain and Gil or I go freaking insane. But outside of Coin and Gil, they can't be there all the time. Even though I would love them to be next to me all the time, we all have partners, we all have family, we all have other people, so we have to actually be around them to share the load. I mean, share the love.
Load.
It's from Lord of the Rings. Don't worry about it. Share the load.
Below the belt.
It is.
Below
It
the
actually. It's a
belt,
quote from
BK.
that. It's a quote from Lord of the Rings. But anyway, but I think that's an important part. Like Ichiro, as an example. Even Michael Jordan and Russell Wilson. I love them too. Those are two of my favorite athletes as well. So I put like right now I had Han Solo. I have Kenshin, who's my favorite anime character. Han Solo. I had Bruce Lee. I had Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. And these are people who've really affected me growing up and during my life. And I think they actually are a part of my team, whether they know it or not. And I actually wanted to talk about those two aspects of it. Teamwork, making the dream work. But not just the teams that you create, that you get to meet and talk to and interact with, but the ones that kind of you can build just through living and experiencing and seeing things and all over throughout your life. Because again, Ichiro, I mean, that's from Japan, man. I wouldn't have never seen that unless he came and played in Seattle, the hometown that I'm at, and then I met a Japanese woman whose family literally adores Ichiro, and Ichiro is very popular over here. But I actually have met many Ichiro haters here too. So again, it's just
What about
What
Bruce
is there
Lee?
to hate?
Any Bruce Lee haters in Japan?
not really, not that I've heard.
No?
I
They
mean,
all
not,
like
not
it?
that I've met. No, not I'm sure there is, because Bruce Lee is always controversial because of him having confidence and actually backing up what he says all the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. So yeah, and my dad trained under him. So I think if
Your
anybody,
dad trained under Bruce Lee.
yeah, my dad trained under Bruce Lee. This is why he's one of my heroes. Yeah,
That's pretty amazing, man.
and my
Did your dad ever fight Bruce Lee?
he got
and if
hit
so,
by
who won?
he got hit by Bruce Lee. My dad was a kid
I
when
think I
he
hear that right now. Like your dad's got smacked by Bruce Lee.
My dad was a kid when he started learning from him, though. So, like, he was probably in his young teens when he got hit by him, though. He did tell me about a story where he'll never forget it because Bruce told him, "Don't move," and my dad moved, and he remembered nothing until he woke up. He woke up on the other side of the room. Is what he remembered.
2 days later.
Not 2 days later, but it was yeah. He woke up later saying, "Oh, I guess I must have moved. I think I moved," and he knew he moved. But yeah, and yeah, he's got a lot of stories. So Bruce Lee's definitely one of my heroes as well. I wouldn't be here without him. And yeah, I'm sure there's haters, because there's always is. And Quentin Tarantino didn't help with that. But yeah,
Yeah, you know what? That's really interesting. What Quentin tried to, yeah. It's very
portrayal
very
it's basically, to me, it's like trying to fix someone else's pride, because we often think self-confidence and self-esteem is
Well,
prideful, but yeah.
You know, it's interesting actually, because it means that
thank you,
you
Patricia.
and I both have two different links to the Lee family, which is interesting.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's your link?
Through his son?
Brandon. That's crazy. Yeah,
Mm.
and people didn't know that. Yeah, Quantum Lotus just said Bruce was wise. Like, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I always quote that with my dad and make him laugh, you know, because my dad knows so much of it already, but he knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say, you know, you put water into the cup and it becomes the cup. You know, be like water. You know, water can flow, it can crash. Be like water, my friends. You know, like those type of quotes when he had those interviews. He's very a deep thinker as well. He actually was. That's where a lot of it came from. You know, people want to think of the training and all that, but they don't know how much mental training and thinking he was really into. You know, the aspects of martial arts from that side. So, again,
His philosophy is
Yeah.
almost as impressive as his martial arts ability.
Yep, hand in hand. So yeah, but back to the topic of teams. So again, I will start with I think we'll start with that one because it's more of easier to grab, and like again,
If you know what I mean.
if you know what I mean, because teams in real life, like as streamers, man, the more followers you get, you're all part of my team. Yeah, it's true though, but that is true. So like, I would just say first, again, that's my team. If you were gonna build like some of them, and I mean, I have more that I could go into. I mean, I have a whole book dedication with some of them too. But like, what would be your metaphysical team or people that you've never met team? Because I never met Bruce Lee. Now, I'm not sure if you met Brandon.
I
Gil,
would be
but-
devastated if you did not join me for at
Oh.
least one glass.
It's
Thank
fake
you,
one.
White
Fine
Four.
champagne.
Champagne. Now this one's real. White 4. Cheers.
Welcome to the Trilogy Show. 3 crazy streamers bringing topics and talking about them. Right now we're in teams. You missed mistakes, and I don't think that was a mistake. Good job. But yeah, I go ahead. Oh yeah.
Well, is this the part where we get to pick teams from the chat? Like, we'll just take
If we
turns.
want.
I'll pick one.
No,
and you
first
pick
it's
one, and-
metaphysical. First it's people you've never talked to. People you admired from afar. So I was going to start with Gil because you mentioned Brandon. Did you ever meet Brandon? And like, I'm just curious because again, I would say if you met him, I'm talking about the other team where you haven't met them before, but you could make them part of your positive team that guides you and inspires you in life.
Yeah. So I was very lucky when I was in film school here in Melbourne, or film class. It wasn't really school. Over the break, I was actually hired by a television station to kind of like be a gopher and just kind of show someone around. And I didn't know who it was. It was just kind of like, there's a week, there's someone coming in, you got to drive them around, you got to make sure, they're happy and all the rest of it. It was actually Brandon Lee, and he was here in Australia promoting a film called Rapid Fire. And at the end of the week, we got along so well, and we had such a great time that he actually asked me to come to Sydney with him. So it was kind of awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of devastated with what actually happened with him.
It would be
but,
devastated.
Yeah, well,
It was the Crow, right? It was the Crow,
yeah,
wasn't it?
we
That
caught
was
up in
the movie.
LA and in
Yeah.
Seattle, and then it was a real shame. But got to speak to him, real down to earth guy. Really, I admire Bruce Lee as well, but probably from a different perspective than you BK. But yeah, absolutely. Like, got to learn a lot. And it's just recently a friend of mine just put up on YouTube an interview in Australia with Brandon. He was being interviewed by like the Midday Show, which was like the kind of variety show here in Australia. And I was like, you're not gonna believe it, but when he's talking, I'm just standing kind of to the back left of him, just behind the set. And it was like, what? It was just crazy that I got to see that all those years later. So yeah.
So he couldn't be part of your metaphysical. I was going to say like the never met team.
Sure.
But inspire
Sure.
you. Who would you actually put? Who's like maybe first 3 that come to mind? Because I know I did the exercise on my own.
Sure.
I have, but you
Okay.
guys haven't. So maybe just the first 3 that spring to mind. That would say, well, I never met him, but I would put them. It would be. I think they influenced me a lot.
I'd say John Glenn.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
The football player?
No.
Just kidding. No, I know. Astronaut.
No. The senator / astronaut.
Astronaut. Yes.
Avery Brooks, the actor.
Oh, I don't know Avery Brooks.
You do. So Avery Brooks first made his name on a show called Spencer for Hire, playing a character called Hawk, but later on became Captain Cisco on Deep Space Nine.
Oh, okay.
And actually, believe it or not, I've actually reached out to him a number of times during the pandemic. I think he's not that well right now. So I have never met him, but as someone who I have a great admiration for, because every time I've heard him speak, he doesn't talk about his acting. He talks about the connection between people. And that's something that resonates a lot for me. So definitely Avery Brooks, John Glenn. Who would be my third? It's a really good question. I have to think about a third one, to be honest with you. But those would be my first 2. Absolutely.
It's a good start. Yeah. I mean, like, again, I do believe that, like, I don't know, I did feel like when I put those pictures up on my stream, it helped remind me of like, what I'm trying to be, you know what I mean? Like, because it's a different thing, of me, there's people in my life that I look up to and am proud to call my team. I even use the word proud there. You know what I mean? Like, where it's just like, yeah, I'm just happy to have met and be with people and have been, but then seeing just certain aspects in humanity that you kind of look up to, I think it's a good reminder to kind of help keep you towards the goals that you want.
it's a dangerous thing because I don't know. I consider myself incredibly lucky that I've actually met a lot of people who I looked up to, and then when you meet them, you realize they're just human beings. You know, most of the time you're not disappointed, but I've been terribly disappointed by meeting my heroes, and you know.
And that's why I think the not meeting team is very important to get in your head, because again, you can actually see the parts that the things that you actually strive for. Because I think a lot of it comes from when you see the parts that you're saying, I like this aspects of them, but they're a human, so no one human's perfect. So then you see the imperfection and you're saying, I did not know that about them until now. But go ahead.
So you said Han Solo is one of your people on your team, right? So it can be a fictional character?
Yeah.
All right, so there's a character on a TV show called Blake Seven from the UK. It's a 70s science fiction show. There's a character on it called Kurt Avon, and I think I'd like to have Kurt Avon on my team. He's ruthless, a scoundrel, speaks the truth, and is always right. Not exactly loved, but an amazing character. So
awesome. Yeah, because again, like I think all those things inspire me. Han Solo inspires me to remind myself to like. Because Luke was my first hero in Star Wars, but Han Solo reminds me of that kind of taking things, you know, like I don't know, like he switches so much back and forth to taking things seriously to not, and back and forth. Yeah, and so like I aspire to that a bit because people tend to, because I kind of overanalyze and think sometimes, I think, and people think I'm being serious way too more, so I always want that like bit of Han Solo there as well, and so that's why I put him there to remind me that that's something I need as well. So,
cool.
And I need to work harder, like Bruce Lee.
Wake up, Coin Captain, by asking.
Oh, it's time. Oh, I will.
I'm not asleep. I have literally the entire time you guys have been talking, I've been trying to put my team together in my mind. And I'm having trouble picking a third person.
Blackbeard the pirate,
Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, and Edward Scissorhands.
The guy who invented silver.
Captain Hook, Jack Sparrow, and
who's a wild rum? Oh wait, that was Jack Sparrow. Anyway, yeah, Coin Captain, it is your turn.
The guy who created rum.
It is your turn, Coin. I gave you as much time as I could. Gilly P, we tried, but yeah. I'm asking for 3, the trilogy 3. Who would you want on your team that you've never met that inspires you to be better?
Can they be fictional characters?
If you've never met them, yes.
Captain Morgana. Think for yourself. Are you saying you want to meet Captain Morgana? Think. You know what?
Oh,
think
Captain
for yourself.
Captain Morgan.
I thought
no, that's who invented the rum.
I read that completely wrong. I think there's a whole lot of people who wouldn't say, but would like to meet Captain Morgana. So
I'm one of them.
Altogether.
In more ways than wait, meat or meat? Never mind. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Captain Kangaroo.
I'm sorry, Gil. You got that joke. Anyway, Koi Captain. 3. You can do it.
Tom
Brady.
Well, I definitely want someone from the political realm.
Okay.
And I was really torn between a modern example or a historical example. I mean, because there's a lot of, any of the founding fathers would just be incredible. But it's hard to pick which one specifically.
John Adams.
I mean, that would be one of them.
That's a good one.
There's a lot of good ones.
That's a name. That's a founding father, I think. Yeah. It's
a beer, isn't it?
Oh, that's Sam Adams.
Oh, it is?
Then I'll go with Sam Adams then.
He also played for the Seahawks.
I mean,
Sam Adams.
there were also a lot of early deep thinkers, writers of that era that weren't necessarily quote unquote founding fathers, but they helped, to shape the revolution. But I think as far as my political pick, I'm gonna have to go with Ronald Reagan.
I bombed him.
Well,
the actor. Sorry, that's Back to the Future.
The actor, the president. Yes. Which part of his life? The one where he couldn't remember anything?
All of it. I mean, I think honestly, I think he had some balls, and
completely had balls.
And
Nancy too, right?
Yeah, well, right, but we won't get into all that. But I don't know. Yeah. All right. So I'm going with Ronald Reagan
Okay.
for my political pick. I do want an artist pick because I think life isn't full without art. And it's again, this is so hard. There's so many good artists. You know, do I go with a painter, a photographer, a sculptor? Do I go with Elfsar? Do I go
Paint one picture of or draw one picture of a coin and you're his.
yeah, well, it was very flattering.
It was.
honestly.
He gave you lovely
Yeah,
wieners, yes,
Yes, it's I love yes.
to hold.
To have and to hold.
Mm. Going down with the ship, holding your wiener wheel, your wheel of wieners. That's the picture.
My wheel
Gil.
of wieners.
That's what it is.
Yes.
It's coin captain going down with a
Um,
ship with a wheel of wieners, pulling a wiener. Oh boy. Oh my.
So it's hard to say. If I was going with a photographer, I'd go with Ansel Adams. If I went with a painter, I would go with Pierre Auguste Renoir. I'm not sure it's a tie on those two, but I would only pick one because So politics, art, and then I need someone with intellect, like a deep thinker, someone who thinks for themselves.
Suki? Think for yourself. Blue Marlin, thank you.
I would love to meet Suki, and she would definitely be on my dream team, but that's a different dream
Yeah,
team.
you've talked to her. That's counting as meeting pretty much.
Is it the same? Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, intellect, deep thinking intellect. Let's go with this is the one I was having trouble with. I literally was thinking about this constantly. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe.
Hey, Geode.
Geode Rocks is here.
Thank you, lady.
Oh, who is winning? Me.
The Mona Lisa of DLive.
Me. I won.
I'm on top though, so technically, if we're going by tops and bottoms, I'm winning
Hi, Geode.
for the next 18 minutes.
Can you choose someone dead? Yes, you can. Because Ronald Reagan is dead, and so
I
is
chose
Pierre
Bruce
Auguste
Lee.
Renoir.
I chose Bruce Lee.
All right, intellect. I need.
Wow, it's really hard. Okay, well, you both. Wow. Dang, you guys are very picky with your teams. I let a lot of rough
questions like this.
I let a lot of riffraff in mine. Got scoundrel.
I mean, Richard Feynman's coming to mind. The physicist.
Richard Feynman's an amazing person to sit.
Stephen Hawking is coming to
Mm.
mind. Yeah, that one's. You know what? I need a little more time for
Okay,
the
cool.
intellectual pick, but
Well,
I would. So I need someone from the political world, someone from the artistic world, and someone from the intellectual world. And I think
wow.
those three things combined round out a good team.
I definitely wouldn't
So-
pick anyone from the political world for me. But I would take
But
artistic.
Elvis.
And
Elvis,
was he a senator?
Bruce Lee, both of them faked their deaths. They're still alive.
All right, we're gonna go off the people we never met. We're gonna go to another topping, because I know it's hard because I already thought of a lot of my teammates, and I do think there's a lot of people in my book dedication that I wouldn't mind joining in with every now and then, seeing what they'd be like to put them in my mind frame as my team that helps support me.
And Rand.
I saw one thing. I think it was it Quantum Lotus? Somebody said something about like
Ayn Rand.
it's talking about like unhealthy competition and segregation. I'm like, it's interesting because I like how you said unhealthy competition, because I do think competition is fine as long as it's healthy.
Epstein.
So,
I think
words
I
like
understood
team is actually going to be good if they're supportive and it's a healthy support thing going on.
Oh shoot!
Right?
I don't think I got that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, don't worry. Next question.
Yes.
So again, it's based off of also surrounding yourself with positive people. keeping you grounded, supportive, and kind of also, to me, it goes a little with like one of my heroes. I should put him in my there, definitely Solomon, because one of the things I read in like Proverbs a lot was like the counsel, like where he's talking about like hearing every counsel is really important, but you don't listen or pay attention to everyone, obviously, or do exactly it. But the
I'm
person
very
who
good at not listening.
the person who hears the most is blessed, because he, you need all those points of view, right? I think that's a key part of the team as well. That, like a team like that is very healthy for me. So, but again, the common saying is surrounding yourself with positive people, but I think also supportive is really important with that aspect, where they need to be able to tell you the truth, right? Like I tell you, they can't just be positive all the time, right? Because sometimes no one can be positive all the time. So I do believe that the support is important. I was just curious. I find a struggle with that. I find a struggle sometimes. Maybe it's just because it's the way I do things, but I do find it difficult sometimes to kind of keep that balanced, where I think I don't know, have a difficult time finding that and maintaining it. Or maybe I'm not sure if it's one, I let too many people in, or I don't let enough, or I'm judging too much. I don't know, but I wanted to get your viewpoint on that, because I think it's one of those common sayings that I agree with, but I think it's one of those sayings that's like almost like easier said than done, is keeping yourself surrounded with positive, supportive people. What are your thoughts when I say that, Coin Captain?
I think it's very important to surround yourself with positive people.
Do you find it easy? Do you find it hard? Think it's do you succeed in it, or not succeed, but you know what I mean? Like, do you have a decent batting average in it? I don't know, I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, I that's a good question. I would say I do have.
Oh,
Keith, what's going on?
Thank you,
with
Keith.
the Diamond. Morning, boys.
Hey,
The
Keith.
Three
Morning.
Musketeers.
Three Musketeers, baby.
One for all and all for one. Welcome, Keith. Thanks for coming in here, and thanks for the diamond.
A lot of stickers of me in chat. Who started this? Oh,
I did.
did you really? Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did.
How dare you?
Yeah, I think I have a good batting average with it. The thing is, if I pick someone who is positive, and then they turn negative, I just kick them to the curb.
It's awesome.
That's it. You're off the team.
You take care of them. Just get rid of them. You're out of
Just off
here.
'em. They're
Okay.
off. They're done.
Yeah. You
I
don't.
just say
You
the
don't
word.
kill them.
Somebody,
Yeah, you just
somebody
get
does
out
the
of here.
dirty work
Oh,
for me.
never mind.
But he's like, wait,
Disconnected.
what? That
You have a
escalated
secretary. It
quickly.
says Coin Captain no longer lives
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Okay.
That's
one way to do it.
Yeah. No, I think I don't think. Okay. I definitely don't think you should surround yourself entirely with positive people, though.
Yeah.
I think it should be predominantly positive, but you've got to have a balance in life, and if you, I mean, just give one example. Like I love entrepreneurship, and so if I surround myself with encouraging, positive people, and that's all I've got,
Yeah. Yes.
you're
man.
headed for a bad outcome,
Yep.
right? Because everybody, oh, that's a great idea. Go for it. You can do it. It might be a shitty idea.
Mhm.
And you need someone who's a little negative to give you a little dose of reality.
No, maybe
So-
I don't think it's negative though. I think it's just the reality. That's the
Well,
point where it's like,
right,
oh, he's
right. It's
literally
the
the
counter
reality
viewpoint,
is it's not working. That's the reality. But then they're like, oh, you're being negative. But it's like, all me looking at something that doesn't work and telling you it's not working and maybe we need to change is not negative, right? I don't know. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I just use the word negative because I think of the balance, right? And
Yeah.
positive and you've got to have both viewpoints.
well, I think like that's why I say support. I think is needed in there. Supportive, positive people is really, really important because I think support comes from also telling that reality, even though it sounds harsh or negative. Another quick label is like a hater, right? But it's like sometimes they're not actually. It's actually the reality of what's happening. And I think if you surround yourself with the positive people, if they are supportive, they will also tell you when things aren't going well, right? Like, even though, you know what I mean? Like, they will say,
in an ideal world, yes, but not everybody's like that.
well, I know that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not shooting for 100%. I'm just saying that I think that key aspect of it might be really important to think about because, I mean, for me, it's usually, the nice thing is like, they usually, it's not like you're messing up is usually from the people who's, you know, or like making fun of you. If I messed up, if they make fun of me, that's one thing. But if they say, "Are you okay? This is what's happening," like, you know what I mean? That's a completely different thing, right? Like, "Are you okay?" Because it's basically saying, "I think you're messing up right now, but you usually don't, and I'm supportive. So what's going on?" type of thing, right? Like, that usually is the approach I see for the most part from positive people in my life. Positive people in my life would usually say, "Are you okay?" instead of, "Oh, dude, you suck right now. What's wrong with you?" You know what I mean? Like, there's a big difference with that instead of like, "Are you okay?" Right? Like, so that's the way I view that too. But anyway, I'm glad you haven't kicked me to the curb yet, Gwen Captain. Thank you.
You haven't turned negative.
Oh, just wait till we talk about my book. All right, Gil.
I don't believe that for a second.
Gil, what about you? Again, your thoughts on it, or successes, and or attempts or ideas
about positive and negative people. Is that what we're talking about?
Well, like surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people, like, and
Sure.
do you agree with that type of idea? And how have you performed throughout your life, and some of the things you picked up trying to do that, if you have?
I think it depends on, again, how you define things. So I'm very much about definitions right now. Read a book about definitions, and that's stuck in my head. But yeah, I think positive people are great. Negative people, look, you know what? I think people just in general have their own agenda, and you know, it's not a conscious thing at times, but people want to get to a certain thing. And I think that as long as you guys are, you know, the people around you are moving the same direction as you, having positive or negative doesn't really matter. It's when it starts pulling you down, and that's when, you know, that's when you've got to make a choice of whether or not it's serving you or it's not serving you anymore. And I think that's more important than like having negative and positive people, because you're always going to have people like that around. You're going to have great people who are going to support you no matter what. You're going to have some people who are going to hate you no matter what. You know, you can't make everyone happy all of the time. You got to be like, okay, you know, that's part of the world, and I get that. But it depends on whether or not the people around you are actually helping you move forward or holding you back. And I think that's really, for me, where that is. So you know, some of my biggest motivators have been people who are like, "You can't do that," and I'm like, "All right, watch me," right? And then there's other people who are like, "Listen, you know what? I'm only saying this because I care about you. What you're going to do right now is you keep going. You potentially might be putting your fingers in the PowerPoint, and you know, before you know it, you might not. You know, you might just be blown off the planet." And you go, "Okay, hang on a second." That's a real negative thing to say, but you know, depending on where it comes from. Also, there's an old saying, an ancient saying that is, you don't tell people they're doing the wrong thing unless they're open to hear it. And I think that's something that there's a lot of people.
Sometimes you don't know that ahead of time, though.
Well, if you know the person, if you have an idea about the, you know, whether someone's open to hearing things and taking them, you know, at least holding them up and seeing whether they fit or not. There are definitely people, if you go, "Hey, I don't like the shirt you're wearing today," and they're like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, "Okay, you're not, you know."
I don't like you using.
Hey,
I don't like you using me as an example, but go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, you know, there are some people who would be like, "Hey, man, there's a train coming. Just be aware. Screw you, I'll do what I want." And they get hit by the train, and you're like, "Well, I told them." Like, you know, we as human beings are very defensive, and I think that's
where it's difficult, because we don't know the buttons for everybody. You never know.
Of
like,
course.
again, you wouldn't know talking to me about certain things about having a family would set me off, right? Like, until you say something, until that's happened.
No, of course not.
Yeah, so it's
But
gonna be
then again,
difficult.
Isn't it your relationship? Like, if it was a case where I didn't know something and I hit a button, but we had a relationship where you're like, "Hey, man, I'm going to tell you that," and you're like, "Okay, I got it." But there's other people like, "Hey, man, how am I supposed to know? It's your problem, BK. It's not mine. I'm really sorry you feel that way, but I'm just going to tell you my truth." Right? You know what? I believed what I said, therefore it's okay
Getting some
for me to say
PTSD
it.
here. Yeah, keep going.
And it's like, dude, seriously, just chill. You know, with every best intention, you still have to be responsible, right? So maybe I'm.
So how have you done? Do you think you do a pretty good job of that throughout, or what have you picked up along trying to do that? Has it? Because again, to me, it's like I always think of it easier said than done sometimes. So go for it.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Like, in all honesty,
Horrible, really?
horrible.
Oh no, you're judging
And I'll
yourself
tell you
again with
why.
mistakes. Yes.
No. Because I like people. Like I'm a real people person. I'm like this whole planet, like all the buildings behind me, and all. Forget that. It's the experiences you create through interacting with people and growing and learning and experiencing that, for me, is like how I end up like really, really like, you know, people are like, oh, you know what? Hey, Gilly P, how come you don't have as much money as that other guy? But you're a smart guy. What's going on? I'm like, yeah, but I went and had these experiences that, like, to me, make me the richest person, you know, that I know, right? And that's so it's all kind of perspective, but because I like people and I honor people and people mean a lot to me, I sometimes get caught up in not knowing when to let go. And yeah,
That's what I was saying
Yeah, it's
before,
the
where
way.
I think I've struggled with it too. And I like how you said that, because I like people too, and I still struggle with it, but I did find I think that's why I wrote my book, because I said it recently. I said, I love people, I freaking hate pride, because I do believe that even the people that drive us crazy and hurt us so much, they do want, it's like you said, they have their own agenda. That sounds like negative, but it's just the reality of everyone's life, you know, where we all want good for ourselves or our family or our friends or whatever, but our good might be different than what you want from the outside, right? Like, again, like we all want that for the good things to happen. And so I see that in everybody, in all
Absolutely.
people, even the ones who hurt us the most. And so I see what you're saying. And I
Right.
think that's exactly where I struggle with it too, where it's like, no, I see the good in everybody, even the ones who freaking hurt the hell out of me. So
Look, but with that said too, there's a line. There's a line in everything. There's a line in every, like, you know, if if you're gonna go and you're gonna disrespect me, okay, and you're gonna do it again, all right, and you're gonna do it a third time, it's like that's where you let go. Like, you don't, you know, your behavior is not, or someone else's behavior is not, you know, no one has to take that. And, you know, some people get very confused about it. It's like, oh, I don't understand. Why did you walk away? Or why do you do this? Or why do you behave that way? And it's like, you know what? It's really simple. There was no conversation being had, right? That's it. So if you are empowered absolutely to behave whatever way you want to behave, right? Including if you're giving someone advice. You can give it from a great place. But, you know, if the other side doesn't want to hear it, or if the other side, you know, is just, you know, this is it, this is the right way, or I know what 100%, and there's no room to have a conversation.
that's why I like
then
supportive is such a key word to me.
Yeah.
Because again, that's not supportive at all. It's their, you know,
100%. And in that time, you know,
pulling you down, like you were saying before. Yeah, keep going.
Look, yeah, that's a negative experience. And the question is, and I think just, I mean, I'm not a member of any other generation, but I've heard other people talk about how things were dealt with in other times. And, you know, I mean, it used to be you had a beef with someone, you went out the back, you scraped some skin, and then you hugged each other.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, it was done. That doesn't exist anymore. It's like, you touch me, I'm suing.
It exists.
That's exactly why my dad trained under Bruce Lee.
But very rare.
My dad's
And
really
yeah.
tiny. He's like he's really short, and like,
Yeah.
you know, and he was getting screwed by everything in school, and he was sick of it, so he trained to fight and scrap, and that's why he did it, and that's why he was he believes Bruce Lee like basically saved his life pretty much, you know, because he was getting
Sure.
bullied at
I got
school all
it.
the time, and Asian kid in the 50s, you know. It's like, yeah.
I hear Captain. Sorry, just going back to what Captain was saying. It was like, you know, I had an experience where I was working with someone, and I was working with someone who was a little younger than I. It was, you know, he felt as indestructible, whatever. But it was really interesting because he also I think he was a little afraid of me, which was a really weird thing because I really went out of my way to try and make sure that he felt comfortable. And it got to the point where he just wouldn't listen. And I remember turning to to someone who was trying to deal with the situation. I said, you know what, it's such a shame that we can't just take it out of the back and just like take 5 minutes to just, make it physical, work it all out, and just, and the guy turned to me and said, don't ever say that. Don't even say it as a joke. And I'm like, you miss what I'm trying to say. It's like, obviously the way the situation was communicated, it hit an impasse. Like, what do we do? What, like,
I
do
think
we
raising
go into
kids
a ring
are
and just
tough like that too, with sons and fathers wrestling and stuff. It's like that sometimes.
Right. And we've lost that completely.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it was just
Wait.
whatever we need
crap.
to get over it. And at the end of it, it
Dang,
just, the
triangle.
whole situation never got
Triangle.
resolved. But that's
One
cool.
thing that you really, one extra thing that I wanted to mention, because one thing just flashed in my brain when you were talking. I can't remember which part, but there was a part in the Bible that's been translated in interesting ways, and I think if it's taken the wrong way, it's very dangerous. But it's actually interesting because one of the lines is Jesus saying, "You are my friends because you have done what I said." And it's something translated like that in many ways, and I'm like, that's interesting.
Let's work as a team, and let's do it my way.
Again, if you poke at the pride in that statement, it's awful. But if you think of, well, isn't that like, again, if you say, well, if he's supposed to be God, that's what God said about Abraham, actually. He was my friend, and Abraham was good because he kept doing what God said. So again, if it relates that way, it's very interesting. But that line isolated on its own is a very interesting line if it's translated that way sometimes. But I do think it's actually quite a thing where it's like, no, what if I say I want you to stop, hurting me, and you don't do it? Again, like that, you're my friend because you did. Again, if you try to isolate it and get down to the nitty gritty, it could be true in many different ways. It's just I think a lot of the times we're scared of the evil of saying that's got to be evil because it sounds terrible. But I think it's an important lesson on trying to find the people who actually are supporting you. Actually, that's the way I take it. Because again, I usually try not to look at the pride in anything because it's everywhere. But like that, I don't know why I said that, but when you were saying that, Gil, that's what flashed in my brain for some reason. When you were talking about people's own agendas and pulling down and stuff like that, where I'm like, it kind of makes sense in some ways. Like, it's not always like, again, it's not absolute. Where it's like, if you do what I say all the time, you're my friend. It's like, no, it's like when it's important. When it's important, it has to be that.
I do also want to share that. Because people are talking about, I'd rather someone be respectfully honest with me and tell me the truth and things like that. There's ways you can do it. You can be incredibly honest with someone in a very loving and supportive way, as opposed to just coming out going, "Hey man, you fucked it up and you're responsible for it and go fix it up." I mean, there's what, just by sitting there and going, well, that's my truth and therefore I'm going to say it. And it, it's I think it's a bit of an excuse. I've recently had someone come up to me and say, well, that's how I feel and that's what I'm going to say and that's that. And I'm like, well, you know what? That might be your truth, but it only comes from your perspective outward. And,
truth is a false god. Again, that's what I think.
Well, it is. I don't know about false gods, but all I can say is that, if you want to
determining
be
right or wrong with it all the
times
by your truth. That's what I mean.
There are definitely ways that you can approach it, and if the more you, the better, the more you know someone as well. Like, well, man, it's like I said it before when Coin Captain was saying, I don't want my friends to be in pain. Like, if there's something I can do to help, I won't fix them. I won't save them unless they're like, hey man, I need a hand, because I think that's disrespectful as well. Because it comes across like there's something wrong with you and I'm trying to fix you.
Yeah, that's why asking the question I think is important instead of actually
100%.
Instead of saying I know what to do.
Standing beside someone and just going, hey, see what's going on. Yeah. There's a great quote, and I said it to you the other day, BK, but I love this quote and I've been thinking about it a lot since we spoke. TV show by Joss Whedon called Firefly, and there's an episode where the main characters run into a character that they knew in the army. And when they were in this regiment and they lost, which is part of the story, this war, they had this saying, which was, if you can't walk, you crawl. And when you can't crawl, you find someone to carry you. And I always thought that was one of the most beautiful sentiments that I had ever heard. And there were times in since I'd seen that where I'd be having a hard day on Facebook and I'd go, when you can't walk, you crawl. And I had a very good friend of mine who would always, he always picked up on it. He goes, and if you can't do that, you find someone to carry you, which was his way of saying, I got your back. I'm just standing there. I don't even know what's going on, but I'm standing there. You're not alone. And just knowing
That's the
that
team.
someone is there.
That's
that
the
you're
team you
not,
need.
yeah, 100%
Yep.
is so incredibly powerful that you don't need to sit there and sit someone down, and you can just be like, you can agree with what they're doing, disagree with what they're doing, whatever, but just going, hey man, I see, but I don't judge. It's one of the hardest things
Yeah.
I've ever had come across.
All right, I'm. The timer's gonna always show how rebellious we each are, and I think I am the most. I always go longer. Sorry, guys. But I like
Yeah,
hearing
it was always awesome.
hearing your guys' perspective and keep pushing through to that. So, well, it is Gilly P's turn soon. It's time to take a
Oh,
diabetes break. You ready? Ready?
Yes,
Let's go.
diabetes.
Here's the question, guys. Gilly's P's turn up top. Thank God. My duties are relieved. We'll see you soon, guys.
We gonna light like a sun, shining the night away. We burn the past in the fire, I know it will be okay. We gonna light like a sun, moving as one, shining the night away. We stand in the silence and worries just fade away. And this fire that burns inside, a million voices with just one line, and they will see us shine, a million hearts from 1,000 miles. We're running around to the streets, rising in tides. We gonna be the city, nothing we cause the cold for crumbling empire. We gonna be the city lights. We gonna take back the summer and spend this long night awake. Let it be the drama, our heartbeats will start us way. We're gonna light like a sun, moving as one, shining the night away. And we stand in the silence and worries just fade away. And this fire that burns inside, a million voices in the same line, and they will see us shine, a million hearts from 1,000 miles. And running around to the streets and rising in tides. We gonna be the city, mountain we call us the cold for crumbling empire. We gonna be the city. We gonna be the city lights. We gonna be the city. We gonna be the city lights. The city lights, the city lights, the city. 'cause I know that I haven't been honest with you. I'm not in a hurry, so don't give up on me now, don't worry. I just want to be close to you. I'll take you anywhere, even if you break my heart today. Should you become my own? I'll take you anywhere, and no harm, no foul can sway. It's time I let you know.
And we're back. Welcome back to the final.
Bill's on top.
Yeah, I know. You know what I can say to that, man? That's the one thing I can say to that. Oh, see, Bruce Lee came and saved me for that. Actually,
I told you he's a good guy to have on your team, man.
Yeah, why am I on top? I don't agree with this. It's all rigged.
Tacos.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Officially Tuesday.
Ooh,
I've never been happy to be a
Taco
bottom.
Tuesday. Really? Well, I'll remember that, BK Johnson. What can I say? Is it taco shirt? Shirt taco? Whatever.
Shirt taco.
What?
Shirt taco.
Well,
We should
you
go
know
put
what?
on
Are you
our
looking?
shirts, BK.
Are you
I didn't
looking
do my
forward to
shirt
getting-
again. I'll be right back. Well, you go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. I'll go get my shirt too.
Gil, you're on your own.
Yeah, let's all take a break. Let's all take a break.
No.
Oh, there we go.
What? Is this thing on? Hello? Hello? Well, here I am, topping by myself yet again. Welcome to the Gilly P Show. I'm Gilly P. What I'd like you to
And
do right
I'm
now
the
is
coin captain.
Oh, so what I would like you to do right now is go to this this channel on DLive. We're gonna go and stream there very, very soon. Hit the follow button and come right back, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I hope. Can someone complain to the staff of DLive because of BK's t-shirt?
Thank you for
Being a friend. Yeah, there you go. I was supposed to change that twice. I'm a bad friend. But luckily,
You know what I just
you guys are
realized?
forgiving and supportive. Thank
You know what I
God.
just realized, BK?
Yes. No, I don't.
Gil is literally in his 3 minutes, and we have done everything possible to derail his.
Oh, I'm
stream.
sorry. No, it's not his 3 minutes for his
No,
topic,
it's
though.
fine.
It's not his topic, though.
Totally fine.
Oh, it's not.
It's not his
Oh,
topic.
you're
No.
right. It's the question.
It's the question.
Oh,
It's totally
you're
fine.
right, You're right. Okay. Well, oh shoot. Now I really should go get it. It's upstairs.
Geode rocks.
Unbelievable.
Shirt.
You know what I can say about this show? This is bullshit. The whole thing from start to finish.
What can I do to help, Gilly? I'm sorry. I
No,
apologize.
it's fine. It's all good. Can we pull a wiener?
Oh
did
yeah,
anybody
we
actually
didn't. Hold on, we
If
never
that'll
got
make you
to
feel
the
better.
DLive streamer love hate lists.
That'll make you feel better, Gil. I will pull your wiener. I mean, wiener. Yes? Let's go.
Fascinating.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
In 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
He possessed great skills.
Quantum Lotus, who's actually excited about the fact that I'm topping right now. We need a Gilly P t-shirt. Yes, I need a Gilly P t-shirt too, but we'll work it out. Thank you so much, Geode. You're wonderful. You know that. You know I have a lot of time for Geode rocks. Not so much for these two. Blow, but Geode
Geode's
rocks.
sweetheart. I love Geode so much.
Holly Coco. Is that an enticement? Are you enticing us? We'll see what happens. Look at that. Oh, that.
Have you met BJ1116?
No, I haven't.
Ooh, he answered.
The answer is A. Okay, so the question was, what comic book series did Gilly P help develop a reboot for? Was it A, the X-Men, B, Batman? Don't chill. Jason with Joe. He gets all upset when I say this. Or C, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Quantum Lotus believes that it's A. Unfortunately, it wasn't.
That's what I thought
It was
too.
not. It was not the X-Men. I would love to have worked on a reboot for the X-Men. I didn't work. I did some grunge work on an animated series in the 90s, in 2000. That's about it. Don't entice me to spread my degrees, Gilly P. Well, what can I say? You spread them around. If you want to flip it, please feel free. Flip now, or forever hold your peace. Actually, it worked out that in 2010, I met someone who threw down that he was the world's biggest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, and I was like, dude, that is a bold freaking statement right there. And it worked out. He was a writer. We sat down and we actually wrote a 12 issues of a reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They weren't teenagers anymore. They were in their 30s. We actually got so far as to actually talking to the original owners and creators of the comic book, Mirage Studios. It was pretty awesome. As we were in debate in discussion of being able to kind of launch this series, they sold the whole kit and caboodle to Nickelodeon. And what's been really interesting is they rebooted the comic book series, and some of our ideas ended up in there, but we never got paid for it. So I'm kind of a little narky about that. But yes, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who were middle-aged Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was kind of really cool. It was a very interesting take.
I really thought it was an X-Men too, because I know you really love X-Men. But
yes,
hey, we still get 30 lemons, not 60. But.
Yes, we still do. Think for yourself. Flipped it. They're fed up with me. Let's go. Who's
she did?
It's Coin Captain. Yeah, Coin Captain. There you go.
She didn't do it right. She didn't do it right. It's okay. You're still safe.
No. I mean, I just saw a Workaholic episode with Ninja Turtle scene that had me rolling. Oh, I'm glad Quantum.
She wants to reverse it, she said, though. I think she's trying to get BK back up.
Oh, really?
Oh, BK, let's put BK back up. I don't mind.
What? That doesn't work.
I got no problem
that way.
with that.
You need to spend more.
What?
Thank you for the 3 lemons.
Suki.
Oh, thank you, Geoden Lady. I've been called a flip before. It wasn't very nice.
Lady Crocheter, thanks for the lemon.
I have.
Everybody be cool.
Oh, thank you, Patricia.
Be cool.
You want to open the chesty? What are we thinking?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go some
Gilly?
lemon.
On your call.
Okay. Yeah,
Up to
all
you.
right. Yeah,
we can wait. We can wait.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Whenever you feel like you want to go to the next topic.
Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's talk about why Boba Fett should never have come back into the Star Wars universe and why he's really dead in the Sarlacc pit.
Here we go.
BK, go.
Star Wars again.
Thank you, Think. Well, there's this thing called money.
You got rid of that smelly.
Well, there's this thing
pirate
called
hooker.
money, Gil.
What's it called?
It's called money. And
money.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the sound
Did
of
somebody
Boba
say
Fett.
money?
Yeah.
Boba Fett, where?
When
All right,
Boba
let's
Fett,
open the chest.
Open the chest. Well,
So tonight's topic is fiat currency versus real money.
we clicked it. 30 seconds, guys.
Okay, then you call me tomorrow.
Lemons.
Gil, have you
are
learned
a
from your
perfect
mistake?
example of a fiat currency.
No, I'll do it again.
No.
See if I come
Don't
up.
make the mistake. You told us if you learned.
I like mixing up the currency
It's
because
only a bit corrupt.
I know,
Money's the
Delbo.
root of all
I
evil.
talked about that once
Lemon.
before. We have, right? That was one of my topics. Is money the root of all evil? I disagree with it
Topic.
too. Topic?
Toe pick.
You talking about that ice skating movie?
Did
What's
Gil
it called?
do it again?
think for yourself with 6.4, Dale Bold with 4, Geo Rocks with 3, Patricia Angel with 2. Well done, welcome.
Gil
You
P
guys are
with
awesome.
2. I know what you're doing. You're
Two-
clicking it so you can
no.
name it out when you're on top. It makes sense. The top
Yeah,
can
that's-
click.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
it makes
That's
perfect
It's
sense.
100%.
Not a mistake.
He's incorrigible. Maybe we should.
He doesn't know the
split
meaning of the word.
I'll split the difference with you. There you go. You got
Cutting Edge. That's it. DB Sweeney. Topic. I love that movie. I love that movie.
DB Sweeney,
Yes. Cutting Edge.
DB Cooper.
Cooper, I
Okay,
mean.
something
DB
else.
Cooper.
Yeah, that's what Topic
Wait,
is.
Cooper? Sweeney.
That's what that's from.
Yeah. Topic.
Sweeney Todd.
Who doesn't love ice skating?
Is that the thing with the hockey puck?
Dicks. Huh? What? Yeah.
Hockey. It's hockey skate versus figure skate.
Figure skating versus hockey skating. Go.
Figure skates have a toe pick.
What you
Hockey
find
skates
out
don't.
is that they have sex a lot.
For yourself, please flip the. Can you please flip it?
We haven't even gone to the topic
Flip it,
yet.
please.
Ready to
I'm
topic?
desperate
can
to be
flip
flipped. Please
you can
flip.
whip it,
Flip
it,
now.
whip it. Let's whip
Oh,
it.
you are think? Oh my
it good.
God! I didn't think you could get hotter, but I stand corrected.
Oh, really? We got to go ice skating. My mom. Okay, true story. My mom put me in figure skating lessons when I was
Of course
a kid.
you did.
She
Really?
did. I did. I was.
I've never
yeah.
learned how to skate. I
Yeah.
rollerbladed, but I didn't.
I
I've never
took figure
skated.
skating lessons. I never got
What?
the jumps or anything crazy like that, but I can ice skate.
Finger painting?
Yeah. Toe pick.
That's from the movie. Finger painting? All right. Gil, you could shut us up. We have to be quiet for the
Maybe
first.
that's the next
never
Gilly P movie night. We'll do the cutting edge.
Cutting edge, yes.
Cutting edge.
Yes. So
Maybe.
good. Looks like his
Maybe.
hand got stuck in her
Maybe.
lederhosen. You know what this means?
That's a film that I don't know.
Really?
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never seen that film.
I've watched it a lot. The voice of Nala grown up as the lion in Lion King. Nala in the Lion King is the other girl. What's her name?
The Circle of
Moria?
Life.
Yeah. Grown up Nala is her.
So wait
Okay.
a minute. Gil, what's your topic? Oh, we're not there
Oh,
yet.
no, yet.
Sorry.
But Gil can shut us up because he gets 3 minutes and 33 seconds to introduce the topic with us being
The
quiet.
Circle of Life. Oh, do I do? No, I'm on chest. Are we still on chest?
Well, tell me when you're going to start doing the topic and
All
we'll
right,
go.
let's go. Let's
All
start
right.
the topic.
Here we go.
Toe pick.
My topic is: will your landing lights be turned on when you touch down on the tarmac of eternity?
Here we
Point, Captain, go.
My landing lights are always on.
BK, go.
What was the question?
This is a rehash. We already did
Has
this.
the show started? What was
Hello?
the question?
Is this on? Hello?
The show is ending.
Hello?
Lights? You flashing me? What's going on? Your timer's starting, Gil.
Your headlights are on.
Don't ask us questions. It's all you,
No
buddy.
one's home. Cried when Nancy Kerrigan got a bar to the knee. Yeah, I was just watching a documentary about that. She cried like a little. Oh well, no, she is a little girl.
You're muffled
So-
now.
And he's doing
Am
something
I?
with his
Hello?
mic. Oh, there we go.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Is this thing on? Hello.
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 All right.
2
Thanks
minutes,
for
46
yourself.
seconds. You got
I
this,
your
Gil.
back. All right.
You got
All right.
this.
So my topic is: does art keep you sane? Art.
Who's Art?
Sane.
I've
Art
never met
Carney.
him.
Does
You're
Art
supposed,
Carney
you're
keep you
supposed to be
sane?
quiet, Coin.
Oh, right. I forgot.
So, to go through it without actually people. Oh, I can make this one move. Hang on a second. All right. So my question is: some people say that artistic temperament is the true expression of what people are trying to communicate. Art has been used for therapy for years. So my question to the trilogy is: do you have an artistic side? If so, do you express it? And does it keep you sane?
Are we going into the main thing now? Good.
Well, that was a question.
Okay.
So just the last couple of weeks, I've been spending a lot of time kind of expressing my artistic side, and I'm enjoying it. I think I rebelled against the title of artist for many, many years because I don't know. Ironically, my grandmother was a formal artist. She made her career painting and was quite successful, well known. But I was always like, artist, not what I am. So especially with the lockdowns and a few other things that have been going on here, I've kind of said to, I've thought to myself, wow, it's really been the ability to be an artist and create, which has really kind of kept me sane. So one of the really cool movies that I love has a whole sequence about some people who were like telepathic and couldn't control it, and one of the guys who was like dealing with it, he was an artist and his art was kept him sane. So there you go. What do you think? Do you have an artistic side, BK? And if so, do you express it?
Yes. Actually, I did. I think I felt this recently, and that's why part of the reason I'm so excited to go back on vacation, because I kind of was denying myself a lot of that. Recently, I found myself like singing and like kind of dancing or moving to the music, and so I used to have karaoke every Tuesday on my channels, but I took that off when I took off my theme days. And I think that's one of my expressions of art that I kind of was missing. And I think it was the lack of doing it as frequently, especially with COVID, because usually I'm able to go to karaoke a lot. Japan. But with COVID, things closed early, and I can't go as much. But yeah, I think that was a clear-cut example to me recently that proves kind of your theory, at least for me, that I think the expression of art, however it may be, does help keep you sane. I think art could be an interesting term though sometimes, where like maybe it's not just the expression of art. I think also I think creativity is a big part of it for
I
me
would
as
be
well.
devastated
Oh,
if you did not
Ooh.
join me for at least one glass of fine champagne.
Champagne. Lynn 3.
Welcome to Trilogy Show.
I would be devastated if you did not join me for at least one glass of fine champagne.
It was a misfire.
Thank you for the follow.
Double
Thank you
barrel.
for the follow, Lynn. Double
Lynn
barrel
3
for Lynn.
coming in.
We needed 3 times for Lynn.
Very nice. Very cool.
But yeah, so I also think creativity is it. Like, I think that is a lot of the outlet. I think I'm not sure if, to me, I think it's closer to creativity than art. Because I'm not sure, is all art creating something or not? I don't
But how
know.
do you define art as well? I mean,
I know.
I think that's kind of an interesting one as well, especially since, I found it really interesting that you went to music as your form of art, which I think is really cool.
Is art self-expression then, or emotional expression in some sort of way?
I think it's yes. I believe it's when you think about it, even with music and singing or anything like that, art becomes when you're not thinking about the process and you're expressing yourself. That's at least how. Again, I'm gonna be like, that's how I define art.
I always thought that was sex, but I'll take art too.
Well, I haven't had any experience with you in sex, but okay. I mean,
Well,
Sexual arts.
the night is young, but no, like
don't be a dick.
I'm sorry, too late. But yeah. Wait, how did you define the art then? Right there. How did you define it?
What?
How did you define art again?
I define it as when you don't have to think about the process and you are able to use that process to express yourself.
Yeah, that's why I do think that art is an expression. Oh, yeah, Zaya saying the same thing. Yeah, I think it's expressing your emotions in some way, shape, or form. I would.
It's
define
definitely
that
a
as
form
art.
of communication.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you think that singing is the only form of art that you express yourself as?
Oh, no way. It was the one I think I was denying myself recently. And I noticed that lack of it recently. So that's why it kind of, when you said that, that's the first thing that came to mind, is saying, oh yeah, that makes sense to me, because recently I really wanted to sing because I haven't been singing as much as I used to. So, but there's many other things like, like streaming's one. Obviously I am an author, so writing's another one. Like it just is putting your emotions and thoughts out there, in my opinion, like would be closer to my definition of art that I just came up with on the fly right now, because of it's hard. I think I blame the school. We think of art class and it's like, well, there's more than just this stuff, like it's not just the things they teach in art class. It could be, there's so many different art forms. So yeah, so I think it would be closer to expressing your emotions, whether or thoughts even. I think thoughts as well, but I think thoughts and emotions are tied together. So I believe that it's kind of that expression of thoughts / emotions, or mixing that in together would be that. So yeah, I mean, again, writing was one for me, obviously. Singing, I've always wanted to dance, but I'm too lazy, I think, and not enough poles. And the women, I leave the poles to the women. But pole dancing is very good for exercise too. Actually, I think I should try it. Maybe that. Anyway, is exercise an art? A lot of times you express your emotion through exercise, and you know what I mean. I don't know. Anyway. I'm not sure if I answered the question.
Where are you going with this? I'm trying to let you.
I was just letting my mind wander on your question, because That's
all right.
It's hard to define art for me, and I'm just trying to search within me of like, oh, would that be art then? Would that be art? Like I don't know, but I do agree with your thesis that expression helps keep you sane, and that release is an important thing. It's almost like And to me, it's
Okay,
it's a
stop,
lot,
Coin Captain.
almost a freedom, like
Coin
freedom.
Captain's-
Freedom. Yes.
Coin Captain's
Yes, sir.
drifting away. So
Okay,
No,
Coin
I'm
Captain.
not. I'm
Coin
here.
Captain,
I'm right here.
That's right. I was trying to catch you out.
Sailing. What?
Sailing
away.
only horses. It's okay. The stickers have got us all going. What? Coin Captain, do you have a way you express yourself in an artistic form? That's a good way of putting it.
Yes.
And that's the show, everyone. Thank you so much for.
Prove it, Coin.
Well, I
Do
answered
it
the
now.
question. I mean, do it. Poetry.
Mm.
I write poetry. And I think streaming can be an art form, but I would say the main and photography. Photography is another art form that
I see where this is going.
No, it
I
has
see where
nothing
this
to
is
do with
going.
Sookie.
That's what I think of when they photography.
I didn't say anything about that. I just
Yeah,
said I
you-
see where this is going.
Where is it going?
It was going to photography. Like I'm a cinematographer. You're a photographer.
No, but those. Well, I'm into photography. I am. I've got. Some,
Actually, now that you brought up Sookie,
oh jeez.
has there ever been a poem about?
I have not written Sookie a poem.
No,
No, I
just-
have not. Oh man.
Why are you blushing, Captain?
Oh man.
Oh,
I'm gonna get you
Uh,
back someday,
oops.
Gil.
I know. He does love the lady. Oh,
that was
I
me.
saw
That was
something
me.
disappear.
That was me. It wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be from the Trilogy Show. That was all me.
Think and when the Cap says poetry, he really means dick art. Yes,
He's in danger.
penis puppetry. I can
Really?
do the hamburger. Mhm.
Again with no. What's
Have you ever seen it? It's a real
Yes.
thing. Okay.
yes.
That's
And I just I wonder who the first person who actually came up with it.
it.
Yes, the first person who ever came up with it had way too much time on their hands and in their hands.
Mature. Wait, your son wants to say mature. Go ahead.
Go ahead, boy. Mature.
I really want to dare.
So
I really want to
offensively says, "Go
dare.
ahead, boy."
I really want to dare Coin Captain to make that like a pickup line in a bar. You know what a hamburger is? Have you ever seen it?
Would you like me to show you?
Let me show you what a hamburger is.
Would you like one with a lot?
Holly likes my Buffalo Bill sticker, apparently.
Yes, yes, a very scary sticker from a very scary movie.
Very scary. Well, talking about art, I mean, skin arts.
Very cool.
Sew them
So-
together.
So, Captain, you've got
Yes.
photography.
It rubs the lotion on its
You've got
skin, or else it gets the hose again.
you've got
Big,
poetry.
big fat lady.
How do you
Poetry
express your
and,
poetry? Do you-
and photography.
I did say photography already
Yes. Oh, okay.
because we can't forget that.
I
Someone might
love
be
I
like,
love topping you from the bottom, man. It's so much
"Oh,
fun.
good. You can top me anytime you like, Captain."
Oh, really? Wow. Is
Oh,
that an
yeah.
invitation? I mean, look at that. I even have consent now.
Clip it.
Absolutely, you got consent all the time. So, so with all of this, hold on, you just threw me a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's the whole point. That's
It's all good.
That is
You know
good.
what?
It's
not a
really
problem.
good. I dropped my pen. Just a moment.
Oh yes, I forgot.
Oh, there I
I
got
totally
it.
forgot. I
Okay.
still need to
Thank
show
you, Lynn.
show
Dueling
guys
pens.
the hedonism video. What hedonism video think for yourself?
Oh, that's right. Because you didn't know what hedonism was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well, she'll
Just
okay.
watch
Phil
Coin
Ping-
Captain, you'll figure it
Phil
out.
Ping is
We
gonna
can watch
say-
Think. We can watch the hedonism video on
Coin
the after party.
Captain.
On
When
your
I want to
channel.
learn about hedonism, I think of Coin Captain. Just follow
Yeah,
his
he's
lead.
the
Follow his
playwright,
lead.
Probably.
Thank you, Lynn, for
Yeah.
the lemons. See you. Have a good night.
Filthy
See you
And for
later.
the
Ping.
follow.
I think
Um,
it was the Buffalo Bill that we scared Lynn off.
Yes,
That's
I
what
think
it was.
I think so. I like the fact that Filth Pig has this really creepy, Pepe thing with a camera, and I can just imagine him standing at the end of your bed, Captain, and doing that repeatedly, going, "It's art! It's art!
Art
it's an art
Vandalay.
form." Yes, Art Vandalay. Is it velvet? What's going on? All right, so they're the only two. What, like, how do you express yourself? Like, do you do performance? Will we see a stream with your poetry, Coin Captain?
I've read my poetry on my channel before.
You've read my
do you
poetry
Want,
on
you want
your
one right
channel.
now? I'll do
You've
one
read my
right now.
poetry on your channel.
All right, I'll do one right now.
I'm a poet.
There
I
once was
didn't
a
know
man
it.
from Cape who went to. Okay.
Coins. This is gonna be beautiful. I
Let
love
me
coins.
see. It'll take me a second to find it, but I have it here.
I should give you more of my poetry because it's weird. Coins is gonna be much better.
That's okay. So I wrote this one. I was at Mount Rainier camping by myself, and I don't do that often. I to me, camping and hiking and stuff is.
Is it a poem or is it a note for help?
Oh, everything I do is a note for help. No, I don't do that often because I think of camping and hiking as a social activity. So, but yeah, I was sitting by the fire and I just got inspired, and I know that rhymes, but that's not the poem yet. Here's the poem. It's called Up on the Mountain. Up on the Mountain by the Coin Captain. Oh my God, I'm making myself laugh. Okay. Alone by the fire, flames jumping higher, yearning to be free. A heart to express, thoughts to confess, but here it's only me. Fear at the ready, time ticking steady, fate dictates my plea. Where shall I go? Someday I'll know, and with me you will be. Wishing on a star, dreams travel far, longing just to see. Days turn to years, joy laid in tears, adding rings on the tree. Your mark made with mine, forever in rhyme, love lasting eternally. Life winds its way, brown turning gray, and with me you will be.
Fascinating.
This guy's a poet. Thanks, man. It's beautiful, man.
You're welcome.
Insane.
Yeah, that's it. You want me to keep writing it? Is it not?
Here's mine. There once was a man from Australia, Nantucket, named Gilly P. And never mind. And he had a bucket. No wait, never mind. Keep going.
Wow, that didn't even rhyme.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Is gaming considered an art form? Like if if you're streaming like a first person game and you're able to do all that sort of you can smoothly get through the game and kill all the enemies and get to the end of it. Is that considered art form?
I wouldn't say so.
You wouldn't say so.
If you create something within the game, yes. But that one is more like, because I mean, I did speed runs on Mario growing up, and I wouldn't call it an art form.
I'm wondering if can anything be elevated to an art?
I think when you subconsciously, like if you're not thinking about the process, and you can actually create an experience for other people out of it, I think
that would be art. Yeah, I'd consider that art. I was thinking of speed running, but I think and the problem is like when you're playing in like a game against each other, it's hard with art because you're just, it's like almost like competition. But I think art, if you're searching for something new within it, even speedrunning could be that too. Like where you're like, can I do, like, again, I used to speedrun Mario when I was young. So like is it an art form of me testing every brick and like, checking every jump or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like where you're like, ooh, maybe I could try jumping on that turtle twice instead of once. Is that art? I don't know. But that's what I mean, where I'm like, to me, it's not art in some ways. But if you are trying to create something, or again, and when you're saying as a performance art, where you're seeing people watching you play is what you're talking about, right? I was thinking as the actual person doing it.
His hot tubs.
I don't know. It's hard for me.
Only on certain streaming services that, charge you by the minute.
Oh, wait, they have those? I could charge
course.
my viewers by the minute?
Of course.
I'll show you.
But I don't want to see that.
Why didn't I do that from the start?
Gaming is a profession, but being a game developer and creator is an art.
That's what I was thinking, the creating of the game. And that's what I mean. If you're going to be able to create something within the game as a player, I would say so.
Is being a dick an art form?
You know what I mean?
What's the difference between art and artisan?
Couple of letters?
Art, or artisanal. Artisanal.
Wow. I want to look up.
I want to look it up too. Yeah. I want to look up artisan.
Like if I do coin.
Is it like courtesan?
can like coin hunting is a I don't
Well,
in and
artisan
of
is someone
itself
who
is
does
not-
it.
But could you
who does
turn
it?
it into it? Is it I do artisanal coin hunting?
A
Can you do
worker
that?
in a
Can I-
skilled trade. So artisan would be what? You'd have to be judged as like skilled, because it's like an artisan is a worker in a skilled trade, especially done by making things by hand. But, huh? What was the
What?
question? What was the question, Coin Captain?
The ghosts. What? Who? Me? What's the difference between art and artisanal? Is there a relationship? Like, because what my point a few moments ago was, you can basically
point?
take anything and elevate it to an art form, and I think therefore it would become artisanal, right? Like baking, right? There's run of the mill baking, but then there's artisan baking, right? And that's like that elevates baking to an art form. And so I was just wondering what the difference between artisanal and art.
Four more words to help marginalize the other people who also are trying to do baking. No, I mean, like, looking up artisan though, like, again, it says a worker in a skilled trade, especially one that involves making things by hand. That makes sense. You make things by hand, and with the baking, that's it. But I don't know what the difference would be between artisanal and artistic, or I don't know.
Yeah, baking is definitely an art. Well, again, I think the English language is one of the hardest to actually lock down, because
to me it's the easiest.
Especially common words just seem to get redefined as the generations change.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess cooking, I because you asked me what art forms I partake in, and cooking would be one. I love to cook, and I do consider it a bit of an art.
What's your favorite thing to cook? Like, if you had to pick one thing, Captain,
see
that you can send
I
international.
warned BK about this earlier. Like, having me pick a favorite
you did.
takes
I forgot
15
you did
minutes.
say that. Cheesecake.
Well, that's baking. He said cooking.
Oh.
If you ask me baking, that I can answer. It's apple strudel. But cooking, there's so.
What's your favorite meal then?
Oh God.
Oh, that's
even harder.
tough. That is tough.
Yeah, I can't.
That's
no
tough.
idea.
There's a lot of ones that I could pick for
I
that.
can give you. I don't know.
Who's your favorite human? Who's your favorite streamer?
Elfsar.
Pick me. Everyone in the chat is like, pick me.
It's Elfsar. It's obvious. Your favorite streamer.
Elfsar,
My favorite streamer.
Your favorite streamer. I can't answer these questions. I don't know.
You have no opinion
How about,
whatsoever.
you want me to pick a favorite something? My favorite comedy movie is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I knew that already.
You want something you don't know?
Yeah.
All right. My favorite
country.
My favorite country? The United States of America.
Nepotism.
I believe in its ideals. I believe in what the United States stands for. Or,
I was just trying to give you one that you could pick.
or
easy.
maybe I should say once stood for.
Oh snap!
I'd like to think it still stands for that, but I think we've got a lot of work to do if we're going to.
Oh, Davo 88, the right answer.
I like the band Cake.
No, Davo
Yeah,
88, not Dale.
Yeah, well, cake. You see the word cake, and it's like, oh, cake. Especially when you're on a diet like the whole 30.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's hard for me to pick my favorite food, though.
Do you not have a craving for something that you're not allowed to have, Gil?
Right now?
Yeah.
Not really, to be honest with you.
Wow, that's pretty
I
awesome.
don't know.
She's a lucky woman.
Thank you. No. I don't know. I just I feel totally satiated on this thing.
A long jacket.
Wait, we went from art to food. That's why, because it's cooking.
Yeah.
Art, right? Yeah.
I don't have I don't know. More favorites. Coin cap. No, the subject is coin captain
Favorite TV
favorites.
show, Captain. Favorite TV show of all time.
Oh, wow,
Can't
that
pick
is
just
tough.
one. I can't do that.
Favorite. You told us favorite movie.
I told you my favorite comedy movie.
Okay, I got one. Favorite memory.
Oh.
I don't. What the hell is this?
Look at Coin Captain. He's
My
just
wedding
locking
night.
up.
I
watching
am.
him
I
locking
can't do
up.
this. I
Go-
can't. I don't.
Kids or wedding? Pick one.
Favorite purchase.
Silver?
Favorite child.
Dumb and Dumber is my favorite. One
The
of my
Christmas
favorite too.
Child.
Oh.
What the hell's that mean?
Jesus El Cristo?
Joshua Joe jumps in here with the ice cream and
Oh,
lemon.
Jason
Yeah.
Joe.
Joe. The
All right.
voice. The
I get
voice
the
is
ice
an
cream
ass.
because I'm in the hottest place right now. You guys can split up the lemons.
It's all about you, Coin Captain.
Just go high altitude like me. It'll cool down.
Holly Coco says natural born killers.
Oh.
I can't, Dale. I can't do it. It is so hard for me to pick one. I'm like, you
Pick
don't
one what?
ever take. He's like, poor Coin
Oh.
Captain feels tortured by the forced to pick one question.
When I come to visit you in the States, I'm taking you to Baskin & Robbins and telling you to just pick one flavor.
I won't. I will get 2 scoops.
For food, I find it the most difficult though. Food
Okay,
is the most difficult. for me.
actually, hold on.
Oh.
Speaking of Baskin Robbins, I can tell you my favorite Baskin Robbins flavor. I do
Okay.
have one.
Okay.
What is it?
I thought you'd never ask, BK.
No, I just said okay. I don't want to know.
It's it's chocolate chip.
Just plain chocolates with chocolate chip.
Yes, not because chocolate chip is my favorite flavor of ice cream.
It's
not.
31 flavors.
The reason that Baskin Robbins
missing
chocolate
2 of
chip
us.
is my favorite flavor of Baskin Robbins is because the chocolate chips in their chocolate chip ice cream is more like chocolate shavings. They're like super
Oh.
thin. They're not like crunchy big
That's weird.
chips. They're real thin. It's almost like a stracciatella. You ever had stracciatella?
No.
I don't speak Spanish.
You guys need. No, it's Italian. It's gelato.
I don't speak Italian either.
Now you guys are talking about ice cream.
But no, it's 31 flavors.
no
You know,
problem
in
with me.
Japan,
Let's keep
Says
talking about
quantum, kind of, yes, quantum.
But you
I
really-
do kind
but
of.
in
I really
Japan
like
they
the
call
way
it
the
31.
ice cream-
making
Oh,
decisions.
go ahead. Yeah.
Do you like the way these little chocolate chips melt in your mouth with
Yes,
your vanilla
they're
ice cream, and
wonderful,
it just kind of
yes.
dribbles all the way back down your throat? You can just taste it all the way. This is the back of your throat, Captain.
I'm feeling
I think he's
uncomfortable.
backing up. He's trying
you
to
just
tempt
go-
me with ice cream. The thing is, I recently discovered I think I have a dairy allergy, so actually ice cream isn't tempting me
And you
anymore.
bite into that cone.
The
that cone,
problem
that
is
crunchy-
cheesecake is still dairy, and I love cheesecake.
Are you trying to do Twitch ASMR, Gil? Is that what you're doing? You bite
chocolate?
No.
Chocolate. You bite into that chocolate.
It's because it's so hot here in Seattle. That's why I picked this
Choc-
background.
ice
Joshua
cream.
Joe.
Yeah. No, it's all
They're
good.
trying to
pretty-
ruin
No,
it.
well,
pretty
hey,
good.
listen. For what
Pretty
it's
good.
worth, think of yourself. I'm on the diet too. I'm a week behind Captain, and I'm doing it. And I've been doing it strong.
Doing it. I'm
since-
doing it.
I'm actually officially at the halfway mark, past it. So it's all down. Excuse me, it's all downhill from here. It's 80 degrees and it's 6 a.m. Joshua Joe, are you wearing clothes?
Are you wearing clothes?
All right, art for the nude, right? There you go.
Yo,
Nude art
that you can paint with that thing.
in the snow. Yes.
All right, cool. Well, you know what? I know I've got 13 minutes left.
Oh,
but
8. You got 8.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
8.
I got
50,
8.
8.
Oh,
50.
my-
Oh,
my-
9.
my
Sorry about the
thing's-
delay. I forgot to tell you.
that's awesome, Gilly P. What?
Coin. Powering it. Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
There you go.
Now who's on top?
You know
Spit
what that
time.
means? Sub power. Fortunately.
Subpower.
Thanks, Grizzly
this-
Ghosty.
That is directly thanks to Grizzly Ghost.
Thanks a lot.
Because he's the one that gifted me that sub, which means I can spin us around.
There you go.
Time out on that one.
Look, the
know,
timer's
you're
still
on the
going, 8
timer.
minutes.
Yeah,
There we go.
man, you can. All right. Well, now that I'm in control of the subject of art, I can't change the subject, but I can change who's in control. I want to talk about French Impressionist painters. My favorite is Pierre Auguste Renoir. Whose is yours, BK?
I don't speak French either. Do I need an impressionist painter or a painter? Any painter?
French Impressionism
Oh,
painters.
crap. Can I have some options? Can I have a multiple choice?
No. You have to just.
Okay, I like that Renoir guy too.
Oh, yeah. Renoir guy. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I hear good things.
All right, now let's see. Let's talk about art. Okay, how about this? Let's talk about art forms that you think are not art forms, right? So like for example, some people would say modern art, right? You go into a modern art museum and it's like a little weird and you don't quite get it. Some people would be like, that's not art. They've glued together a couple tin cans and spray painted it. Like, that's not art. What do you guys think about? Is there anything that is technically labeled art that you're like, no, that's not art?
Who are you asking?
Joshua Joe.
For example, penis puppetry. Is that art?
No.
Who are you asking?
Anybody.
Well, you're the
I'm
top now.
asking
You
Dale
gotta do it.
Bold.
Well, you're
Dale
the top
Bold.
now.
Is penis puppetry art?
You're the top now,
Wait,
man.
your son wants to say material. Go ahead.
Go ahead, boy.
You gotta pick me or Gil.
Well, either of you. Okay.
okay.
BK.
Okay.
See, you did it now, man.
You wanted to be on top. You spin it yourself, by the way.
Oh, that's so weird.
What?
The zoom is off. Like when your mouth and it's not. Say something.
Hello, testing 1 2.
Oh,
What?
it's back.
Is this
now.
on?
It
Okay.
resynced. It wasn't synchronized there for a second.
Boy. But anyway, unfortunately, because Gil made me define what art was, I think I'd have to say no. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean?
Is it my fault?
It's fortunately.
Is it my
No, it's
fault?
fortunately. I'm saying, in my natural
How dare
state,
you.
before you topped the crap out of me, and you did it well, Gil. But before that, I was gonna say no. But I think now, if I'm defining art as creativity and expressing thoughts or feelings, and generally maybe even through creating something or expressing something, even like singing, you might not be creating a new song or anything like that, but you're expressing thoughts and feelings. If we consider that art, then I would say anything could be art. Actually, by that definition. I wouldn't think I'd answer that way actually before we started this, but right now, by thinking about what art is, I believe now, I don't think there's a way to say it's not art. I would say there can be things that are crappy art, or art that I would say would be not good art, like painful, hurtful to some, or disgusting to others, and even can cause some serious like bad reactions emotionally to people. But I would still, by that definition of what I was talking about art before, I think no, it would be art by that definition.
Gil.
Yes. I think there's a lot of things that people think is an art form, and I don't think it, for my personal definition, it even comes close.
Ooh, Grizzly Ghostie's here. Hey, Grizz.
You sound like a Bond villain or something.
I need to thank you, Grizz, because you gifted me that sub last week, and that enabled me to knock. Who's that guy? Oh, Gil, that's his name.
I see what's happening.
Off of the top of the triangle.
It's all your fault, Grizzly Ghosty. We promised each other that we wouldn't spend the subs.
You gave me the power.
We promised each other we wouldn't sub so we couldn't control the things, but then you gifted a sub to Coin Captain, and now we're all screwed. Thanks, Grizz. But no, it was nice.
That's
It was
the show,
nice.
everybody.
It was very
power.
nice. It was very nice of you to do that, Grizz. But we know that you like Coin Captain the best out of me, and
where is my scallywag sticker anyway?
I think NFTs are art. You should apologize to us, not Captain.
Ahoy, scallywag.
Wait, so
Outrageous.
yeah, Gil, you're saying there
Outrageous.
are many things that you think is not an art form.
Yeah.
Can you
Now
name
wait,
any?
art form makes sense, but I say art by the definition of what art was. Like again, expression. I'd say it's hard to say there's not anything that's art, but an art form. I don't know. Like
Grizz is saying sorry to us. He could just fix it.
No. You're crazy.
I know. No, I think there's something sold as art that you know. I guess because it really depends on what people are seeing as yes, like art kind of gets defined by the viewer, not by the creator, as such. So I think it's kind of a really interesting one. Joshua Joe saying porn is art. Again, we're gonna go mature tag on this one. BK, you're making me laugh.
All right, time for more torture.
Yeah, spin it again.
Oh shoot, it's still on cooldown. Darn it! What is it? A 10-minute cooldown?
10 minutes, yeah. It's over.
Oh,
like
it's
no more spins.
Yeah, because it was 9 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to
Dale
break
Bold
down.
is also saying porn can be art. I guess porn may have artistic elements to it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, I mean, it's like cinema. I mean,
Yeah.
porn is just a sub genre of cinema anyway.
You know what I'm gonna do with the last 2 minutes? I'm gonna bring it back to your original point. Can
Please
it
don't.
keep you sane?
Well, that's kind.
No, don't feel not to. You don't
No,
need to.
because I think it's actually, you know what? Honestly, I mental health is kind of an important thing to me. The subject of mental health, and you know, I mean, I don't know if that's exactly where you were going with it, but sanity, right, is mental health. And I do actually, I want to say, I do think that art is a piece of the puzzle in mental health. And the great thing about art is that it can be very individual, right? I mean, what one person considers art, another person doesn't. And so I think art, it does give us, I love the arts. There's a lot of arts I don't like, but I love the arts as a whole because it gives everybody a avenue, a realm, a space. That's the right word. A space to explore who they are and find a way to express that to the world and possibly share it with someone else, both by expressing it and consuming it. And I think that that's important. I think we need that because sometimes people don't feel safe to have those kinds of connections and expressions in a non-artistic way because it's too direct. It's too, I don't know. I'm not sure what the right word is there. But anyway, but back to your original point. Yes, I think art does help with sanity. Sometimes it's an escape. Sometimes it's an expression. Sometimes it's a home that we live in. I don't mean a physical home, but the arts might be home to some people, and that might be where they find their identity. And so, yes, there we go.
That was really good, though. I like that. I mean, like,
awesome. And since you're on top, Captain, I'm gonna let you do the cool down. The host.
Cool down. All right. Well, here I'll show you. It's talking about cooling down. Now that's a subject I know a lot about lately because you know how. Look, I'm in the middle of the desert here in Seattle.
Well, it was important, man. Health, mental health is huge, man.
Look at this little fan. I've had this fan blowing on me the whole stream. This is how.
And how did it work for you? Did it work for you well?
Yes, it did. It kept me relatively good. But we're gonna cool down with this fan.
Well, like you need it for your mental health. That's for damn sure.
The fan.
Well, yeah, the way it is over there. You're in the desert, man. You're insane if you don't have a fan.
Well, next week it'll be better probably. But...
Well, what's the temperature there right now?
In my house or outside?
Yeah, in your house.
Well, the last break I checked it was 86.
At like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I don't have air conditioning.
Only fans.
Wait, Going Captain has a fan? What's her name? Oh, I didn't name my fan. I could.
Oh.
I should name her.
You meant literally. Oh.
I didn't even think of that. I could name.
No, I've got a few suggestions if you can't make a decision.
Go ahead. What are your suggestions?
I said Debbie.
Does your fan take photos?
No.
Can't use that then.
Okay. Only fan? Maybe I'll call it Only. It's my only fan.
That's a dad joke right there.
Ba-dum-bum-ch.
Call it windy.
Wendy fan.
Windy, you
That's
mean?
funny.
Oh, I
Bambi?
see.
Bambi.
Bambi?
That was-
All right, so we're gonna bring it home. I got a minute 50. How are we gonna wrap this up, guys? Well, you know what?
You wrapped it up really well with the mental health issue because that's universal. I liked it.
Yeah.
It's really important. My question, it was making me think like, I mean, might not be good for the last minute and a half, but like, to me, like a lot of mental health issues is is like that unable to express yourself, like, you know what I mean? Without that expression, like, do you lose your mental health, right? Like,
I think so, definitely. I mean,
and so like
yeah,
I think a lot of the times is we treat the symptom and not the cause. I think that's in medicine we do that a lot, and I think when you're talking about that, I was like, it could be that. I mean, I'm not saying it is, but I think that happens, and that can happen very easily. And thinking of art in that way was really interesting to say, oh, maybe that is what's causing some of the diagnosis of mental health issues when it might be a little bit of a couple things combined, you know? 40 seconds, Coin. Good luck.
good luck. You are the
Show
weakest
the
link.
art form that you have created through streaming, Captain. No pressure.
Well, one of the themes that I think ran through all of these subjects tonight was individuality, and I think it's good that we talk about this because I think a lot of people need to know that their individuality is important and it's valued and it's meaningful. There's a lot of people that feel pretty alone and pretty unseen, unrecognized. But you do matter.
What's with the bill? The inappropriate bill? Why is there bill going?
Cooldown's over.
Yeah. Now we got a host.
We gotta say goodbye and host.
And we can actually do it for real.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, like we're gonna. I don't know who we're gonna. But
thank you, everyone, guys.
But you matter out there, everybody. Your individuality, and however
Absolutely.
you choose to express it. We're glad you're here. Thanks for being a part of the trilogy. We really enjoy spending time with you each week, and the three of us enjoy spending time together. A couple quick reminders: if you guys have topics you want us to discuss, the best way to propose those is in our Discord. Think for yourself. Thank you for the TA screen. Click down in the Discord, in the About section below. You got the link to the Discord. You can go in there and post up any suggestions you have. If we use your topic, you will get degree points, chat points for us using your topic. But we're starting to build more interactivity here, and we're enjoying finding out what's important to you guys and bantering a little bit week after week. So thanks for being here. That's the Trilogy Show, everybody.
I love it.
I'm the Coin Captain.
I'm Gilly P.
And I'm PK Johnson.
And
together, we
are
Trilogy! I love you guys.
Have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next time.
See you in 7 days.